What is going on, Washington Capitals fan? It's me, the Hockey Troll, and I am here with that snack, Polly Cupcakes.
What's going on, troll? Hockey fans, THPN fans, thanks for checking us out.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this. This is our inaugural, our virgin voyage, if you will, on streaming live while the game's going on. So we're super excited, and thanks for checking us out. Glad to glad to have everybody in here, and it looks like the comment section's already blowing up. So thanks for joining.
Yeah, we're looking forward to interacting with you guys. We've been bystanders on everybody else's shows, and here we are.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before the show gets or before the game gets started, Polly, I mean, what do you think? Do we do the? I mean, what do we do here? Do we do the what are the three keys to success for the Washington Capitals?
If we're gonna do that, I wish you would have told me that beforehand, so I could have been ready for it. But I'll just go ahead and throw something out there. Um,
Okay.
well, VTech, he's got to play like he did this past weekend, carry that confidence from his shutout. And I think it was Stat Guy Blake tweeted he thinks Sprong gets on the board tonight and Ovi continues, and I think that is quite the recipe for success if we can get those guys scoring. And then I'd say number three is having again going back to Saturday, power play look like Saturday and not Sunday.
Absolutely. That's first of all, shout
Oh,
out. Oh, go ahead.
well, correction. They actually did score 2 goals on Sunday. The power play looked good, just the rest of the game didn't. So, just power play needs to be clicking.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's I don't think anybody who's following hockey under or has missed the fact that the power play, which was once highly touted, is falling a little flat for the Washington Capitals. So obviously, special teams are going to be good. I'm going to just say that my three, I would say the first two are good for you. Love to see Sprong and Ovi score, but I think that we need to stay out of the box as well. While our PK is not bad, I don't think that they need to be flexed too much. So, you know, something I need to disclose to everyone here is that I have like Ehlers and Scheif fantasy team.
Hmm.
So I have or sauces here, if you will. Uh, but we'll see how this all pans out. I did beat a Daddy to Know, who is leading the league, second in the league. Or like spot
That's a big win.
for the THP. Nope, seventh. Look at me go. Um, for you fantasy hockey players out there, I'm sure it has been a rough season. So chime in on all that. Tell us how your lineup's going to go. I've got I've got to get guys off IR like right now. Oh my God, they're locked in. Fuck. So Ehlers is locked in on IR plus for me. Orlov locked in on IR. It's been a great start. We're gonna have Vanacek out there on my lineup. I have him as well, and Kuznetsov, Marchand. Oh yeah, so Shifley and Kopp. I've Kopp as well. I think he's slept on as for sure. Um, we've got Jacob loves THPN and Mark Stone. We'll forgive you for the Mark Stone bit, but Ovi getting 2 goals and a 5-3 Caps win. Jets suck. Prob will turn into the Leafs and lose in the first round. Yikes. Shots fired, huh?
You know, I listened to NHL radio for a total of 10 minutes today when I went to pick up a coffee. And they talked about this game tonight. And they talked about how they think at best the Jets are a first round team and they don't have what it takes to make a run. So, uh, you know, sounds like it's not just Jacob's opinion. It's heading towards fact.
Yeah, that's brutal because how far did the Jets go last year? I mean, it was a COVID Cup, right? But remember, Shifley went and killed somebody, I think Allen, on the ice, which
Evans.
we talked about that. clean play. I mean, come on.
Well, you know, it's iffy. I think in today's game, it definitely caused for controversy. We all know how you feel about it. But they
Yeah.
did. I mean, they swept Edmonton and then got beat by the Canadians.
Right. And but the Canadians end up going on to the Cup final.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're going to lose in the playoffs, losing to one of the two Cup teams, there's really no shame in that.
Right, absolutely. So we'll see. Um, I see the City Life Project here, who I believe is Ish. 7-1 Caps. Wow. We've got a lot of you guys, I think, are going to kind of jinxing it here. I think it's going to be a close game. The Caps are really kind of coming off quite a big slump. They were on a 4-game losing streak, and then they won one against the Islanders, who are basement dwellers in the Metropolitan Division, only to come back and put up a piss poor game against who was it, Paulie?
Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver. So while Vancouver is a lot better under baby Bruce Boudreau, babyface Bruce Boudreau, who is a soft spot in my heart for sure. I definitely don't think that the Caps are 100% right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think if the Caps lost today, or I'm sorry, if the Caps made the playoffs today with this team and how they're playing, I think it's another first round 5 game exit. I think they have the potential to make a run if they can get it together. But right now, I'm not super confident in them, and I would be hard pressed to make a 7-1 prediction for any opponent, really.
Seriously, seriously. Um, and so we do have a question here, which is a really good one. Uh, Again, Jacob loves THPN and Mark Stone. Are both of you only Caps fans, or do you cheer for any other teams? I am only a Caps fan.
I'm not.
Paulie.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you were going to continue with that. No,
Hmm.
I'm also an Avalanche fan. Um, I mean, I grew up an hour outside of Pittsburgh, and I didn't really pay much attention to the NHL until I got to like 8 or 9, and that just so happened to be when Ray Bork pulled Ray Bork and had that historic moment with the Avalanche, and I just kind of fell in love with them. And then once Ovi came around, I started cheering for him, and that led to the natural progression of being a Caps fan. So I know I see a lot of people on Twitter who hate on people for this, but I'm one of those 50-50 guys.
Sure, but I mean, if you're anybody in your mid to late 20s into your early 30s, and you can't appreciate the series uh, that the Red Wings and Avalanche had throughout the 90s, I mean, in the early 2000s, like I don't know what you're watching, and I don't know what gets you going at night or during the day, but it's may not be good hockey.
There's I think on YouTube you can find the series in '96 that the Avalanche beat the Red Wings. You can find the entire series, and I think you can also find the entire series of when Claude Lemieux got whooped on a couple years later.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out YouTube. You can find some really good replays, and it's the full game, and it's got Gary Thorne on the old ABC coverage. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, and I mean that whole drama had everything in it, right? I mean, you had goalie fights, you had great hockey, the best of both, of both worlds there. So a lot of physicality and a lot of just top notch hockey being played, at least for that era. So that's definitely one of those childhood memories that I definitely love. And something I want to point out. It looks like they did a bit of a tribute here to Willie O'Ree on the Sports Washington cast that I'm watching. So why don't you fill us in on that, Paulie? He's up for getting his number retired. Is that right?
Yeah, so I believe it's tonight. The Bruins are retiring his number. Unfortunately, due to COVID concerns, he's going to do it virtually. He's not going to be there to witness this, honor for himself in person. But nonetheless, he's going to be in the history books. And then they're also tomorrow, I believe, they're voting on the House of Representatives is voting on giving him a congressional medal. So he's having quite the week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, give this guy all the awards that we can pile on. I mean, we talked about this in our podcast, which is the official Caps Chirp podcast, by the way. So if you want to tune into us and listen to us, if you like us on the live, you'll I don't know, maybe half percent chance that you'll like us on our pod as we talk about the Washington Capitals. But we definitely talked about how when you talk about color barriers, I mean, look at baseball. Jackie Robinson got a ton of accolades and is forever emblazoned in history upon, for being a barrier shatterer, right? Willie O'Ree, I think, should be right up there with him. I mean, it wasn't as mainstream in the United States at the time, but still, it's definitely an important piece of history with the league.
Absolutely. I mean, and that wasn't really that long ago. The NHL spent a long time before having their first black player. So it's I think we're lucky that he's still alive for us to witness this kind of stuff. And he's a Hall of Famer, jersey retired, about to get a Congressional Medal of Honor. Um, this guy, he's getting his due. He deserves it.
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. So, Caps fans, hockey fans, glad you're here. We're getting the national anthem sang right now, it looks like, in Cap One Arena. And from there, hopefully we'll see a puck drop at some point. What are you guys' takes on games starting late? I personally enjoy it because I'm always late to everything. But, I've seen on Twitter the outrage of things starting 15 minutes late. It's as if people were so busy with their highly important lives that they can't sacrifice an extra 15.
Yeah,
Let us know what you think in the comments. What do you think,
yeah.
Paulie?
Well, I mean, it's a pro sport. I mean, they make their money on airtime, and there are a lot of people that want to hear what people have to say, and that's what they do. They give you the intro show and let people come up to speed on things that they may not know. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, I guess it could be a little better. Notre Dame, I know when they play home football games, it kind of advertises like the kickoff is 13 minutes after the coverage starts. Like they let you know that. Maybe that would be enough. Maybe that would be enough to keep people happy. I don't know.
Or maybe you just can't fucking please everyone. Sorry. So shout out the MVP show on YouTube. Check them out. Neil Villapiano, he's the man. We do have a puck drop, and right off the bat, oh my God, we've just let, who is that? Walk right in on Orlov. Great start, boys. Great start.
Well, I'm actually it's not playing
Are
on
you
my phone,
delayed?
but I have to find it. It wouldn't play for me.
Oh, okay. James Zielstra. Hopefully, I'm not butchering that. Oh, and we're going on the PK immediately after that. Great. So James wants to see Ovi beat 99's record in points. I'm guessing that he is referring to the great one, Wayne Gretzky. I would love to see it too, man, but I don't know, man. I think that might be the unshatterable for sure. We thought that the goal total would be something that would be never touched, but holy smokes. Yep, we can show you the stats right here. Let me refresh here 1 second. It should be live here. Let's see. Is that better? Shots on goal, SOGs.
Yeah, there we go.
Fortunately, I've got kind of a wonky setup here. So in the future, we're hoping to get me and Paulie live on the casting couch, if you will, and watch the games in the home studio. So that'll be nice. Oof. Wow. Well, Connor scored 1-0 Jets on a somewhat soft, but going to be called every time penalty by Orlov. That's a no bueno start. Immediately off the opening faceoff, Orlov takes a penalty, and yeesh, post it looks like, and then just a bury. Vitek Vanacek had no chance on that.
Yeah, I
Unbelievable.
mean, that completely goes back to one of your top three points for the day, right? Stay out of the box.
Absolutely. This is a too high power. Too. I mean, if say what you will about the Winnipeg Jets, but I definitely think they qualify as a very top heavy team. I mean, this is going to be one of the best teams, best first line teams in the league when you look at it. So, putting their power play out there, they don't even have to battle depth. This is not a great start for sure. And again, we're getting hemmed in our own zone. That sucks. Oh man. One thing that I have noticed, Paulie, about the Caps game is that it's not that we're less physical as far as being able to take it. It's just that we are definitely less physical about handing out punishment. And I think that teams get in on the forecheck, and yeah, we can absorb whatever hit and physicality that they come at us with, but we're definitely not. We're more the nail than the hammer than in past years. Uh, at first, when Lavi came in, I liked it. But I feel like we should find another gear in some games to just go there and beat ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to have that element in your game, and your opponents have to know that the option is there. So, as much as it's good to focus on just the game itself and not really the hitting, I mean, it's a pretty important part of the game.
Yeah, no doubt. Um, City Life Project also saying they do have forward depth, and you know what? You're absolutely right. Uh, the Jets do. I mean, they have that cop guy. I don't really follow him too much, but Connor, So then on top of Shifley and Ehlers, those are just names right off the top of my head. Now, do I think that they're a second line Nick Backstrom? Probably not, but obviously they're off to a great start right now.
Yeah, I mean, that last face-off. I mean, whoever that was, I didn't see which jet it was, but got wide open right there on the doorstep, right off the face-off. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that can't happen because if VTech isn't ready for it, then you know it'd be 2-0 like it is now.
Jesus. I mean, speaking of not being ready for it, where the fuck are the Washington Capitals right now? Did they even enter the building? Ugh. That is not good. I mean, slow back check, blown coverage in the neutral zone, wide open lane to pass over on a 2-on-1. Wow, what a finish, too. Perfetti. All right. Well, Caps fans, as you can see by the old stats here, not very good when we're looking at shots on goal and goals.
Yeah, I mean on that play, the Caps had a missed pinch, and Connor McMichael tried to get back, but even with his back check, the Jets were just too far ahead of it, and they're completely owning this game.
Yeah, this is not good. All right, we've got Ovi with the puck now, though. Let's see what he can do. Toe drag, nice play to the middle. Of course, doesn't go.
Well, if we have any listeners out there that try to go with that old narrative that all Ovi does is score and he doesn't pass and play defense, just watch that play that just happened. He set up a good opportunity there. The team just wasn't able to finish it.
Absolutely. Got Hags. There we go. Caps, the official Capture podcast favorite, fourth liner, Karl Hagelin. That's what we need here. Fourth line, get him out there.
That was a perfect example of
How
Carl
about Martin
Hagelin's.
Faviari? Hmm.
He has been the best newcomer this year by far.
Absolutely willing to jump in the play. We look a little bit more solid right now. At least our structure is not breaking down. What were you saying about Hags?
Oh, but that play he had, he got it at center ice and then got deep on it. That could have easily been an icing, or a guy without speed like Haglin may not have gotten the puck. That last play for Haglin was a good example of what he brings to the table, even if he's not scoring.
Absolutely. Got a question here. Who's in net for the Jets? That's a good question. Let me take a look. And I think that we can give the lineup here. I can show you. Hellebuck. So their starter.
If someone offered me $1 million to tell you what?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
If someone offered me $1 million to tell you who the backup was for the Jets, I would be just as poor as I am right now.
Yeah. Front Row Productions. Yeah. You leave to take a shower, and that's what happened. We're going to blame you. This is all your fault. Please do better next time. Caps down 2-0 early in the first. In Cap 1 at home, and 5 scoring. If you're watching, if you're not, 5-1 scoring chances. The only thing that the Capitals have been able to really get towards the net is a Hathaway Ovechkin rush. Getting some nice replay footage of St. Thomas, who is right here behind me. That's what that is. If you can see, it's a blanket with St. Thomas Wilson on laying the body. Love to see it.
Yeah, he must have heard what you were saying about bringing the body.
Absolutely.
Well, I just want the fans out there to know that the St. Thomas creation behind you was a hockey troll creation. You know, he came up
that
with
isn't
that.
A rich. Use it, spread it far and wide. But that is a hockey troll original. Capitals look like they're settling in a little bit on the defensive game, which is good. Need structure. Spronger with the puck. Pass to no one. And the Jets on a fucking breakaway. Big stop by Vitek. Big stop there. That's huge.
You know, on that play there, I'd really like to see Sprong just take it to the net. He didn't really have much going for him there. I think he's better off just getting it deep, maybe getting a shot.
Yeah, I agree. And what is a little bit, and I don't know if this is something that Laviolette's trying to break, but the Capitals have been guilty of being a little too cute sometimes. I think that honestly, where Laviolette has had success in the past is his teams funnel pucks towards the net. He loves shots. So let's see more of that. Front Row Productions asking, where is Oshie? Oshie has an upper body injury and it's been nagging him all season, so he is out. I'm seeing some hate here for Vanacek. I will say I can't blame him. One was a power play goal. One was a 2-on-1. And the 2-on-1 was quite the snipe. He just stopped a breakaway or a mini break from the blue line in. I think that basically what's been happening here is the Jets came out ready to play a good road game and got a couple fortunate bounces, and the Caps came out flat. Not good. Now, we've seen the Capitals bounce back from something like this many times in the past couple of years. So I'm definitely not counting the Washington Capitals out right now, but I'd like to see this period tied up by the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't take this 2-0 deficit into the locker room. You got to at least get one here. And back to Vanacek, he's already made some big saves, even though he's let 2 up. I mean, this easily could be 3 or 4-0 if he hadn't made the saves when he was left hung out to dry on other plays.
Yeah, no doubt. First commercial break in. Holy fuck! Did the Capitals need it?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe it's. You think they need to switch up the lines? Is it too early for that?
Yeah, I think it's too early. I mean, you just got jumped on. Let's figure it out. Everybody. I mean, I don't think, as of right now, I don't think that any of the any line blending is going to do him any good with the effort that we're seeing right now. And yes, we do understand the O'Shea too many donuts reference, and I only wish that were true because he's definitely a valuable part of this lineup. Paulie, I know you're not drinking, but I'm repping the DMV here with the Open Gate Guinness Brewery Baltimore Blonde, and it's brewed, they say, in Baltimore. And I'm looking at the back. Yeah, it says in Barrel House in Baltimore. So it's been Open Gate Brewery and Barrel House in Baltimore. So interesting.
Yeah, they just opened that brewery a couple years ago. My wife and I have been trying to get out there because we're big Guinness fans, big Ireland fans. That's where we got engaged, and basically COVID has kind of shut down all of our chances to get out to Baltimore. But that blonde you're drinking, most Guinness is brewed in Ireland and shipped out, but the blonde is actually brewed here in America for Americans.
Mm. So to our American sensibilities.
Yeah, our lack of taste for the better things.
It's citrusy, it's light. It's a blonde. I get it, but it's yeah. Not sure I'd buy it again, but it's not terrible. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Front Row Productions says he lives behind Arundel Mills. Does that ring a bell to you, Paulie?
no, that might be near the brewery though,
Oh yeah,
or
it's
he's
Hanover, Maryland. All right,
yeah.
so shout out DMV.
You are a few seconds ahead of me. I'm actually I'm getting game updates from you before I see them,
Mm.
but that's okay.
Okay, so we've got a guy in here, Faggio. Okay, simmer down, buddy. All right, let's let's calm those tits. Yes, Perfetti did score. I get it. Okay.
Cool story, bro.
Ar- Arundel Mills is the biggest mall in the DMV. Okay, I didn't know that. Uh, I I lived in Chantilly, Virginia. I went to high school there. Shout out 703. Um, you know, Not a big Maryland fan, honestly, but uh, good for you. Oh, Ovi. Oh, what was that? That was just some weird. We just saw a weird ass play in front involving Ovi and a between the legs by who looked like Kuznetsov, and we let off an odd man rush for a one timer going the other way. Man, this game is just wide open,
Yeah,
wide open.
there's not a whole lot of offensive zone time for either team. I mean, the Jets have had few shots of it, had a few possessions, but the Caps are really just run and gun when they get their chances right now.
Yeah,
Except right now, as I say that, they're controlling the puck in the offensive zone.
yeah. It looks like TVR there doing a little shake and bake, give and go. The high give and go, huh? High risk, high reward. I'm not sure I would be being that point man even in beer league is the guy that I want to that's not the play that I would feel comfortable pulling off vacating last man back position. But these are pros and that's why we watch them. Shout out Ryan Brown. Hi, watching in the UK, massive Caps fan. Hope they get on better than recently. Yeah, us too, Ryan. Man, thanks for joining though.
Hey
Check us
Ryan,
out.
man.
We are the official Caps Chirp podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. It's me, the Hockey Troll, and I'm here with that snack, Polly Cupcakes, just so we drill it home. Got to brand ourselves.
I'd love to know who Ryan's team is in the. I believe it's called the EIHL. They're over there in the UK league. There's a team in Northern Ireland, a team in Wales, a couple in Scotland, and then the rest are in England. So if you're still watching, Ryan, give us a shout out. Let us know who you cheer for over there.
Yeah, welcome, Ryan. Let us know. We love to hear about other leagues, and obviously, the international games is growing is always a good thing for hockey. Oh my God, are we going to get called for something here? What's Kuznetsov bitching about?
I don't know. I didn't see. I think they should show us a replay instead of everybody yelling at each other.
Ooh, maybe a high stick, and and in the crease, maybe Kuzi got called for a crease violation. That's weird. Um, Ryan did reply, "Thank you for the shout out. I'm gonna have to sub up. I live in Worcester, England, but I think Sheffield is a good team over here." Cool, man. Absolutely, man. Support those local hockey teams. If you can get to a game, that'd be awesome. I'm sure live hockey cannot be beaten at any level. So we definitely recommend you support those local teams, and that's definitely a crowd I'm sure that you've never seen before. Also, we've got Soul Search Gurus checking in from cold Vancouver Island, British Columbia. It's probably, I mean, Polly, what's it down there where you're at right now?
About 25, and we got about 10 inches of snow, I think.
Yeah, we're at 27 degrees up here in Wheeling, and we're definitely under some snow, a lot for our area at least.
Yeah, it's no Buffalo.
And see here's what I like, and Jacob loves THPN and Mark Stone again coming in with a heater. Caps over Jets. Jets can't win cups. Haven't made the finals. Ouch. Ouch. Brutal, but also accurate.
Well,
Front Row Productions. Yes, we are in Wheeling. Polly generally is too, and I think we're going to have a little bit of a different setup where we're together live next time we do this. If this becomes a thing and can drag Polly out of his house for, uh, I think that we have a pretty good setup here. I've got a projector that'll actually lay out the whole game back here. Unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see it because of copyright, but we'll be here. Ooh, 3 rental properties in Parkersburg. Okay, cool.
yeah. There's a nice movie about Parkersburg called Dark Waters, and it's about the Ohio River being poisoned by industrial waste. So, if anybody's looking for a good movie, it's got Mark Ruffalo in it.
Yeah, you see that thing growing off Polly's chin? That's not actually a beard; it's a goiter from drinking the water around here.
There's only so much
um,
our water treatment plant can do.
yeah. Caps had a power play, biffed it, didn't have too many good chances, and it looks like the Jets are, coming back with some fervor here, which is brutal. Really trying to stymie the Caps breakout, which is a good strategy for any forechecking team. Anything that you can do to disrupt the other team's breakout is obviously a recipe for success if it's successful. One thing that I have noticed about Laviolette's system, though, is that his breakout is incredibly efficient, and it relies a lot on the individual skill and talent of the players that he has. And I don't think we need to tell you how talented and skilled the Washington Capitals are. So I like it. I like it a lot. That's probably the really only decent thing happening for the Capitals in this poor stretch.
Yeah, and I think Laviolette does a good job of putting in new wrinkles on the breakout when it's not working because I can remember a couple different times you talking about the breakout throughout the last 2 years and what has or hasn't been different, and it definitely seems to be one of his strong suits behind the bench.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's the sign of a good defensive coach, which I think Laviolette is, and I think that I think that the performance of the Washington Capitals, while we've been getting shelled recently, has reflected that. Um, one thing that I think that he does really well is they're not afraid to pass it to the open defenseman in the slot on the breakout here. Big save by Vanacek right there. Really big save from, it looks like, is that Stastny?
No, I think Stasny's hurt right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ooh, another commercial break. Caps survive. Not a great start, man. Not a great start. Um, this is brutal.
Yeah.
It's a good
Well, we
back
got
and
to.
forth. You know, Negating the score, this wouldn't be a bad game. But knowing what we know, uh, pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Need to
We've
reset the stats here.
we get what?
Somebody in the comments just said to reset the stats.
Oh,
Just reloaded them for you.
Well, we got a comment there from Fagio. He asked how our day is aside from the game, and my day is pretty good. How about you, Troll?
Not bad. Work wasn't too terrible today. Who knows what it's going to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a shit show today, just because long weekend and everybody dumps everything on you because it had the extra day to build up. But I got through it, and now we're here talking to you all.
Yep, no doubt. Looking at the Jets, I mean, I'm glad I did reset those stats though. I mean, looking at the Jets shots on nets, I mean, they're scoring at a 33% clip. There's no way that they can keep that up. Let's hope that the Caps can really turn this around right about now. Would be nice.
Dude, that guy in the stands is an Ovi lookalike.
Doppelganger alert. Jets apparently good at home. Did not know that.
Or no, that's the Caps. They have an
Oh,
eight-game winning streak against the Jets at home, which is
okay.
currently very in jeopardy of breaking.
Yeah. It's all right. A lot of hockey to play. A lot of hockey to play, and one thing you can't do is count this Caps teams out. While in previous years we may have laid down here, I think that we're primed and ready. Lavi's going to really need to have somebody get some. You're going to need to string together some wins here, or it's bag skates for everyone.
Yeah, and they're going to start playing the Penguins again soon, and that's important to win those games. I mean, any divisional game is a 4-point swing anytime around, so now's a bad time to not be hot.
Ooh, really close there in front. Uh, Ryan Brown, man, take care. Glad to hear. He says glad to hear you're doing well. He's got a piece out. It's 12:30 a.m. in England where he's at. So yeah, I don't blame you at all, man. Um, Check us out, the official Caps Chirp podcast. You can get us on demand there.
Yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in, Ryan. Hopefully you can not feel like garbage staying up this late.
Holy shit, man. I mean, so we just saw a play here where Ovechkin tried to dish. He was right in the middle. He could have taken a stride and put one on. We need to get more shots on net. We're being a little too fancy, and I don't know what the hell that was by Eller. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. All right, Ovi. Let's go, Ovi. Semi breakaway. Oh, dude, did you see that?
Oh, that was silky.
Oh,
I've
wow.
noticed this season he's really got the toe drag back. I feel like it wasn't there for a few years.
Yeah. I Oh, he's bitching. He's bitching at the ref. So we've got Kopp putting a shot on net, beats Vanacek off his pad, hits the post. We clear it. I don't know what the hell Eller was thinking there. I think he was just manhandled by Shifley there, which sucks. Turns the puck over right in front of the net, backhanded in over Vitek's pad, and then springs Ovi. The sequence springs Ovi for a toe drag through the defender, and he just can't finish. So, Captains, I think we're getting our chances here on the rush, but would love to see some more sustained pressure. Nice deflection try there by Tom Wilson from who it looked like was that Trevor Rand TVR.
I'm really glad to see him getting playing time. He he spent a lot of time on the taxi squad last season,
Yeah,
and he really deserves to be getting, you know, as much ice time as he's getting. And I think, with Chara gone, that opened up his spot really. Um,
yeah. TVR has really been kind of buried in the lineup for the past two taxi squad seasons, and you look at Brendan Dillon getting rid of him, and then uh, keeping or getting rid of Chara. Now it's his time to shine. I think that it was a pretty sly move by management to not show TVR there, especially during the expansion draft, because it was somebody that we kind of had in our back pocket.
yeah, and I remember you said that around the time that the draft happened, and I think he just keeps proving your point.
Yeah. So I like TVR. Good offensive presence, head up guy, somewhat of a puck moving defenseman, I think you could say. A bit of an unsung hero, but he's no Nick Jensen, who I think has really come out of his shell the past couple of years, the Washington Capitals. But a good value defenseman for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, these days we see so many defensemen who put up major points. I think people underappreciate the guys who aren't Cale Makar or John
Mm-hmm.
Carl.
Yeah, or even a Justin Schultz, or I think that the Washington Capitals have a lot of guys like Orlov who play really well, who are just slept on. The defensive core is much deeper than I think that a lot of people give the Capitals credit for. God, look at that! Look at that toe drag. And Ovi thinks he got hooked, which, oh yeah, he's in the hands hard there. How is that not a call?
That is absolutely a hook.
Like 2 times over by Morrissey. Unbelievable. If you're going to call that shitty slash on Orlov, you got to call that.
Yeah, I know. And as much as I don't like the whole changing the way you ref depending on what the game is, just the way things are, you would expect being down 2-0, they would call that.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a mercy fucking call there. Jesus. Ugh. Brutal. Cap's got it in the zone. Playing our big boys. Come on. We're knocking on the door here. Oh. Just rip it. Just rip it. Okay. Little setting things up. I love this high weave that we just went into. That's what I want to see more of from our young guys. Get a agile forward up high when we have possession in the zone and mix it up with the defenseman. That is just such a hard area to defend.
It really is. And I think they need to incorporate that into the power play.
Yeah, I would love to see it. Oh, man. Ovi's just hands team. Oh! There it is. There it is. Right. What a fucking play. Woo! Let's go.
That was beautiful.
Oh, what a play. Wow. Ovi gets stopped, blue line in, and then just gets fed. Oh, my God. All right, so Ovi's coming in the right side, loses the puck, gets picked up, and then just gets fed. Cuts that gap there. Oh, my God. Wide open. Hellebuck hung out to dry. Okay, so just so you know, there's a drinking game with watching the official Cap Strip live stream. Hockey Troll does a shot of vodka every time, this much shot of a vodka every time Ovechkin scores. And Paulie, you're going to be subject to this once you're live.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll reset the stats after this shot. What is it? Gastrovia? I guess, is that? I don't know. Whatever. Here we go. Vodka. Hot. New Amsterdam vodka. Nice and smooth. Whoa. That's an Ovechkin goal, ladies and gentlemen. You got to drink to that. Every single one. Okay. Sorry. Resetting the stats. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's not going live. That's apologies on our end. Here it is. Maybe there's just a bit of delay. You impatient fuckers. But holy shit. What a berry. See, folks, you can't count the Caps out when they have so much star power.
Yeah, and people today were upset on Twitter that Hathaway was going to be on the first line with Ovi. Well, I think he just proved, at least for a few seconds, he deserved to be there.
And then we just had a great follow-up chance by Justin Schultz, who, by the way, I lost a bet. I remember I made that bet with State of Hoppy, also on the Hockey Podcast Network. He does the Soda Pod, SOTA Pod on the Hockey Podcast Network. Shout out Hoppy. I just paid my debt I bet him a craft beer, a local craft beer in Wheeling, which shout out Brew Keepers, where I got that craft beer. He wanted the Scotchy Scotch, which was a Scotch infused beer. So I sent that USPS. He received it, and he drank it. I didn't hear how much he liked it. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Score 2-1. Scores 2-1.
That's a good beer. You picked a good one, or he picked a good one.
Yeah, I asked him, and the whole reason that I had to send it to him. 3-on-2 for. Oh man, the posts are Vanacek's friend. Looks like the Jets are going to go on the power play here after that last rush. Oh yeah. So I don't remember. I was so excited. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, state of hockey. The bet was that Justin Schultz was going to score like, what was it, 40 points?
Yeah, I think it was 40 or 35.
Yeah, and he was well on his way and then got injured last season. By the way, State of Hoppy is a dirty Penguins fan. That guy sucks so bad. But go listen to his podcast. Sometimes, folks, you can't blame people for the fandom that they choose to have. It's not their fault, It's just a disorder that they're born with, I guess.
All I have to say about Penguin fans is I grew up an hour away from Pittsburgh, and I chose the Capitals. So that's
Worst fans in the
how.
world.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're even worse than the Steeler fans, and they're the same people.
Yeah, which is I don't know. If you've ever been to Pittsburgh, you understand why they clutch their sports team so closely, because literally that city has nothing else going for it. Yeah, Front Row Productions, the boys doing a bit of boozing. Yeah, always. Come on, win or lose, we still booze here on the official Capture podcast.
We went to the Notre Dame Michigan outdoor hockey game a few years ago, and that's what we did for our pre-gaming. We did vodka, and Hockey Troll ended up in a very bad state.
Yeah, I was blackout before we walked in, and it's kind of unfortunate because it was a really cool thing. I said "fuck yeah" to a 10-year-old, and his mom did not like that. It just kind of a one of those rough nights, days, weekends.
Yeah.
I'm a degenerate. Please don't judge me. Or judge me. I don't give a fuck.
We did get to ride the elevator with the Michigan hockey team, and those guys are tall.
They're big, lanky guys. Definitely better at puck than we were. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're lanky, but they'd still flatten us.
Oh yeah. Cap still on the PK here.
Oh, nice play by Orlov there.
Yeah, good stick.
Sticks in lanes. That's the most important thing you can do on the penalty kill.
Absolutely. Positioning, man. I don't think people really understand. When you're on ice level and you're actually playing, it's definitely ridiculous how little you can see due to good defensive team placement. Looks like a little mix up, little meeting of the minds, if you will, at the end of this period. That's the first period, ladies and gentlemen. We are in intermission. The Caps. Oh, did you see Ovi? Did you just see Ovi there? Eyeing up, whoever the fuck that was.
Yeah, man. If Ovi looked at me like that, I would have to change my underwear.
I'd shit my lungs out. Oh man. Oh God. What a finish by Ovi. I mean, what a beautiful play. Who fed him that? Was that Kuznetsov?
No, that was Hathaway.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so good stuff there. We're into our first intermission, so we are going to take a very quick break. to hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with you. All right, we're back, and it seems like, we gotta hold on. We got somebody, a very special guest for Capsans that we really got to get on here after the first period, and it is we're gonna take the stats down. I know you guys like to see it, but it's a very special guest, Iron Man himself of the Washington Capitals legend, Karl Alzner. Dude, what is up?
Oh, what's up, boys? I can't believe your guys' hair. Holy. What's going on?
Yeah, you gonna follow suit? Come on.
I don't know. I don't know that I have it in me. Actually, I'm thinning a little bit up top because I think I've been wearing a hat too much. So I probably should be working on doing my hair a little bit more than just tossing my hat on all the time.
Yeah, no doubt. Bro, I mean, speaking of hats, I think you'll enjoy this. You know, it's a War Road, baby.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, shit. I would love that.
I'm all on it. You know, I got it. Christmas came, and you know, yeah, let's you know, that's kind of how it's been, dude. I'll be honest. Yeah, dude, the shorts. So, you know, my girlfriend bought it for me. Love her, mean it. I mean, look, War Road stuff is expensive, but I understand now why it's so expensive, because when I got it, I was like, dude, this stuff feels incredible.
Yeah.
And I got the shorts, and okay, they're a little high, but you know, I got good legs. I got the nice, you know, thick thighs that I can show off. And I, you know, not to overshare information, but
here we go.
I don't like to wear underwear in the summer. So, you know, I pulled these shorts on, and I didn't realize they had this like amazing liner, just cups the boys perfectly. It was really good.
Oh yeah, OSHA's thought of everything, man. And I mean, you get what you pay for, right? I actually have a couple things in my cart online right now that I got to get some undergear for my men's league, because I got a couple Habs things. I don't want to wear them anymore, so I need to get the War Road gear to wear under my undergear. But yeah, it's like, well, he said it himself. Like, he has it because he's had some skin irritation issues in the past, right? So he's found a way, or whoever he's developing it with has found a way to make it a little nicer on your skin. And if it costs a little bit more, it costs a little bit more. But that's you're going to get something good.
Yeah, no doubt. And I didn't realize that he was actually like he's super involved in the development of all this stuff. I mean, It was definitely designed by a hockey player, like all the stuff that he's got.
Yeah, well, even so, I don't know how much you've looked at it, like the undergear and stuff. The I can't remember what he calls it, elbow lock technology or whatever. Like, that is, it's important, like really important. So like you see Ovi's elbow pads, right? They're always out, and he's got his jersey on there, you know, kind of securing it. I was a guy that always having to push my elbow pads up. Like, if I ever fell, my elbow pad went from here to here. Like, it was a wrist guard, right? So if I ever fell, like my entire season, it was always, this part of my elbow was always black and blue, because I hit it so many times on the board, and it finally feels like my elbows are all chipped, but it finally, like, I've never been able to like lean on my elbow and not have it hurt, and I have over the last year and a half or whatever. So what he's got there is just genius. I mean, so many guys would benefit from that. Maybe not the guys that fight a lot and want to get their elbow pads off, but for the majority of us regular folk that don't fight all the time, I think it's an amazing play.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. I mean, it's totally cool, and I'm the same way. Like, all my straps are completely stretched out, and I've got those old Jofa like injection molded. Like, I'm not ever going to give those up in case something gets hairy, and I gotta like just pull a cheapie on someone, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, crazy stuff. So, dude, thanks so much for joining the stream. I know it was like last minute. We just like pitched this to you, but how the hell have you been? It's been a while since we've talked.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I've been really surprisingly busy, actually. I guess now that I'm back officially in the area, we've got a lot going on, and my visa is through, which is huge. So I can start doing things. I've literally never had my calendar as full as it is right now. Like even playing and stuff like that. It's different, Like I have my schedule, obviously going to the rink, come home, play, travel, all that. But now it's like because I'm actually getting into the business world now. It's meeting after meeting, and they just pop up last minute. And if I'm not on top of it, I could miss it. And I'm like, yeah, I know how big of a no-no it was to miss a meeting or even be late for a meeting playing hockey. So I definitely don't want to have that seep into my business life here. So it's interesting. I'm learning a lot, but it's taking up I guess more time than I thought. Probably because I have to learn. Like I'm starting from scratch, right? So there's a lot that I got to learn right now. But yeah, that's been good. We moved into the new house, so we're still trying to, like I was saying to you guys, that I don't even have we got our first TV installed today. So like if I turn you around right here, I'm downstairs. I got still nothing, still waiting for a TV to come in. So yeah, we're slowly chipping away at the house. The one thing I do have is luckily my gym. I've finally started to train again. So you can see I got my workout gear already on here, but it's been good. And kids are good in a good groove. Obviously, I followed your guys' lead after you guys gave me some great experience coming on last year. Finally got some podcasting going right now, which it's been nice. Still trying to learn, still trying to figure it out. It's I got to get the audio down the way you guys have it down, because that's where I'm lacking right now. So lots to learn.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, tell everybody what the new podcast is about. I mean, you you said, is you're venturing out on your own. You have your own podcast. Well, you co-host with somebody, so give everybody the lowdown.
Yeah, so we talked about it last year, right? When I was talking with you guys, how into podcasts I was, and that I was thinking about doing something more full time. And it was like, I don't know if it was very, very close after the first time I went on with you guys. I had a guy in the DC area, reach out to me about starting one and asked if I wanted to just kind of, pretty much do one on my own. I'm like, no, like it's a lot of work. I have no idea the producing, editing, all that kind of stuff, and then coming up with all the content. He's like, no, don't worry, I'll make sure it's all put together. You just would have to come up with the shows. And I'm like, oh, well, I asked Mike Green about it first to see if he'd be interested in doing one with me. And he was kind of the same as me, like a little bit non-committal, right? Wanted to do it, but didn't really want to do it full time. And so we put it on the back burner until we were here, officially here. And then, he's got a lot going on with all the ventures. I'm sure if you follow him on Instagram, he's got a couple cool things on the go right now. So he was a little busy. And then I always had a really good rapport with Steve Wino. I think he asks some good questions. I think he's really on a lot of the news. He works really hard, and I thought he'd be a great guy to kind of step behind the wheel and really make things go. And so reached out to him to see if he was interested, and Bram, the guy who produces it all with Empire Media is his company, just said, yeah, let's do it. Came up with a name, all's caps, and I was kind of like, all right, we're going to do this. You guys got to start tomorrow or the next day. And I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So it was like, it was going to happen, then it didn't, then all of a sudden it just happened like that. And I don't even know, we're like 13, 14 episodes deep right now. And it's been fun. But I try not to listen to the episodes because I hate hearing myself speak. And then I know I'm going to critique myself a lot more. So I got my buddies on there that will just send me messages every week and just say, hey, I think you should maybe try this or talk a little bit more about that. And, maybe listen to these guys and what they talk about and get a better idea. So I've been kind of like trying to take bits and pieces of what other guys, like I listened to that Subpar, I think it's called Subpar Golf podcast Colt Nost, and I love what they do. That's how I kind of got the idea of, they do their E9 emergency 9 questions at the end. That's how I got a bit of the idea of asking just my, as Wino likes to call it, my stupid 6, but I kind of like maybe my silly 6. I don't know, something, just trying to, sudden death 6. I don't know. I've still been thinking of a good name for it, but just a fun way to break it up, so it's not always about hockey, and we can kind of get to know the people a little bit more, and some personality out of the guys, and hopefully women. I'm hoping that we can get a couple of the ladies on. I've got a few kind of teed up, which would be really nice to just show a different side of hockey, because you always hear the guys talk, and coaches and trainers and all that stuff, but we never hear the wives talk, or other women that are involved in sports. So I'd really like to maybe open up that door a little bit too. So anyways, long story. It's been a lot of fun, but I panic every week. I'm like, oh, who are we going to get on this week? What are we going to ask them? And Wino's always like, we got some people to ask, and if they can't come on, then we'll just chat about hockey. So it's been good. It's been a good learning experience.
Awesome.
I liked your ugly vegetable question.
You like that one?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'll ask that again tomorrow then.
That was with John Walton, right?
I think it was, yeah. I've got literally 100 questions that I just am trying to sift through. Some of them I like more than others, but that was the same thing. I asked my buddy on the group chat, buddy's on there. I'm like, give me some questions you'd like me to ask, guys, like kind of not really hockey related, but kind of stupid. And they just flooded me with questions. I'm like, holy crap, trying to write them all down, as when the message just refreshes and you got to go all the way back and scroll back to see where you were. So anyways, I got tons, but I've tried to narrow it down to a few repeats that I think are funny and I want to learn more about, like my hot dog question. I think it's always a fun discussion, because some people will bring something brand new and I'm just like, I didn't think about it that way. So it's been funny, but you definitely notice when you have a good guest that likes to talk and likes to tell stories, like our last one with Greg Smith, the old trainer of the Caps. He's just a guy with so many stories, and the things he wanted to tell versus what he could tell and how he could tell it. It's, those are the guys you want. But I was thinking it'd be really funny too, is to have just a pay-per-view special, where it would be one late night. It'd probably be after the season, and try and get some current players, and just we get a 24 pack, and no one's allowed to leave until the 2-4 is gone, or a big bottle, and no one's allowed to leave, and it's live streamed, everything, where you kind of can slowly see the conversation develop from being buttoned up until just let loose at the end, and just kind of live stream it, pay-per-view special, and anything goes. I don't know. I've just been kind of brainstorming ideas, because even what you guys are doing right now, it's awesome. Live stream. I think it's cool where you can interact with people as you go. I think it's money.
Yeah,
bro, you got to get on. You got to get on the stream. You got to get on it for sure. Sorry, Paulie. Go ahead.
Well, I can just imagine the show starts off, everybody's buttoned up, and then it kind of comes to an end when Osh starts drinking beers through his shirt.
Exactly. He starts mixing some Guinness and red wine, and next thing you know, everything. We went from a 2-4 to another 2-4, and now we're opening up the bourbon. It's just, it could be a good time, I think. But it's definitely a summertime thing, or maybe right at the end of the season, where it's guys can kind of decompress after the year and maybe talk a little bit of hockey and what went wrong, what went right, and relax a little bit, because I think it's nice to see. And it's hard because guys don't really want to give you the full picture all the time. There's so much that they want to keep close to the chest. So if you can do it at a time where it's we're turning the page over and we're relaxed, I think you might get a little bit more, juice out of that squeeze. Yeah. And that would be the goal.
Yeah, no doubt. That would be awesome. I mean, I think that's.
What's that?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, behind Hockey Troll, have you seen the graphic that he's created?
Hold on.
Is that Tom?
Yeah.
It's hard to see. Is that Jesus Tom?
St. Thomas.
It's St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. That's amazing. What is it on? Is it on a shirt, or is it on just a Towel?
It's on like a blanket.
Blanket.
Yeah, my girlfriend's brother, he works at like a place that does like all sorts of apparel and like stuff for sports teams. I mean, does all sorts. I think they had like Hopkins. I mean, it's called AK Apparel. Sponsor us. But
Cool.
yeah, he printed this out for me. He was like, "Yeah, dude, you're gonna like this." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, hell yeah." The dude got me like a chipping target for golf, and honestly, like, I think this is the best present. Honestly, for real.
That's amazing. You know what's funny is we went to the game the other night, or the other afternoon, I guess, against Vancouver, the 2:00 game, and I brought the kids, and so we went down for warm up, and we were sitting right behind the net, like just a little bit off to the side, in between the net and the Zamboni. And I'm like, oh, sweet, we're gonna be right down there. I'm gonna bring a sign, and I'm gonna hold it up to the glass and see if Tom notices it. And there was something we chirped him about one time because he was doing a weekly radio hit, and we were all driving to Dulles on the way to go on the road, and I would sometimes have the sports talk radio on. Sure enough, there's like three of us in the car, and next thing Tom comes up and he's doing an interview with these guys, and they were asking him about his fighting, techniques and this and that. And it was so funny. He just goes, well, because I'm kind of like a big, strong guy, so I can kind of just hold on to guys and string them out a little bit because I'm big and I'm a strong guy, and so that's kind of really all I do. And the guy's like, so like, what about like against someone who's just as big as you? He's like, well, I guess when you're a big, strong guy, you can kind of like really hold them out there, and it's usually a good fight or whatever. And we were just dying laughing. Like, how many times he called himself a big, strong guy? And he was pretty young at the time, and those can be tough, especially when you're live like that. And so we got on the plane, and sure enough, there he is. All of us, there's that big, strong guy. There he is. You're wondering where you were. And so anyways, my sign was just on, I threw it together like right before we left, and it was just two arms like this with big muscles, and all it just said was big, strong guy, number 43. And I was holding it up there, but the guys are pretty, they're pretty dialed in during warm up. The only one that saw it was Orlov, and I tried to get their team security guy to come and grab the sign and bring it back to him, but it was pretty loud. I think he thought that I said, "Hey, will you take this and throw it out for me?" And I asked him, I said, "Hey, take this and throw it in Tom's stall for me." So he never ended up seeing it. I didn't take any pictures, but I don't know, I thought it was pretty fun just to mess around with him. And Tom's such a great guy that he would have loved to have seen it.
Yeah, no doubt. That's fucking awesome, man. I mean, I'm so glad that you took the time to chill out with us. And so look, the Caps, man. I mean, the game's starting right now. We're on a PK right now for another 30 seconds. I mean, what do you think? I mean, we've got some questions from some of the commenters here. We'll give you a softie here right now. If the playoffs started right now, who would win the cup and why?
Ooh, my guess would be whoever comes out of that Atlantic division. Whether it's Florida, Tampa. I think that there's those two teams are so strong, and it sucks that they have to play each other. And eliminate one or the other. It would be nice to see them go a little bit further, but I don't know. I feel like it would be one of them. Like last year, the tough thing with Florida was, their goaltending wasn't there when they needed it. They thought Bob was going to be the guy, and it was a bit of a down season. And then Ekblad was hurt, and it was tough. It was tough sledding for them, and they still almost made it out. Against Tampa. So if I was guessing today, I would say one of those two teams. But there's a couple other pretty good contenders that I think Vegas could be absolutely deadly if they can find a way to get everybody healthy and then stay under the cap. And then, I guess when the playoff starts, it doesn't really matter, as Tampa showed us last year. Right. But yeah, I think that those would be my choices, Tampa or Florida right now.
Well, let me ask you this. So maybe from a fan's perspective, I'm thinking that, two cups in a row, back to back, Tampa. But is there an asterisk as a player, somebody who's playing the league, is there an asterisk against those cups? They're not the full season. And, one was like 62 games or whatever. And one was like, I don't know, 30 something, 40, 50 games. You being the Iron Man himself, come on. I mean, there's a bit of a drawback, right? When you're talking about Tampa Bay playing and winning back to back, I think that there's maybe more pressure than ever before to three-peat here.
Yeah, I can understand that. And their first win, I thought that I thought maybe that would be the time where there would be an asterisk. Like, it was a bit of a strange one, but when you think about it, like, every team had to go through the same thing. They were still the best team of all the teams. Everyone had to do something different, something that they weren't used to, and they still found a way to win. It's almost like, I mean, it's different, but it's like the Olympics, right? Like, you only play a round robin and then a playoffs. Is it any different? It's pretty much the same thing. The NHL decided that year it was going to be like a round robin and then a playoff almost, and it's different, but it was still a battle, and they still had to find a way, and they were the best team of all the teams that were there playing. So different than what we were used to, but a win's a win. What the thing that I think is unfortunate is that it hasn't been celebrated the way that it should be celebrated. Like, the first one was brutal.
Sure.
Nobody in the stands, no family, all that. Like, that's really, really tough. At least last year in Tampa, they got to have some fans there, and then Montreal found a way to get a few in there, but it was just about impossible for them to get their own family in. Like, that to me is what sucks. I still think that they've won them fair and square, although it wasn't what we're used to. So I don't know. It's a grind. Every team has had to grind it out. So I wouldn't be too. I know they're not upset about it. They're winning, so they're probably fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, Paulie, that's a one up for you, dude. Because Paulie's always saying, like, no, it's not an asterisk cup. Like, they won it fair and square. He thinks that there should be no asterisks against any of them, and I'm always debating him on Caps Chirp about it. So
yeah,
how's that feel?
Played.
What's
Everybody played the same tournament, so I mean, it's not like anyone else had an advantage, and I appreciate you being on my side there, even if it was indirectly.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, if they only played, if they played 10 games less than everybody, then yeah, it's a little different, or 20 games less, whatever. But they all had the same or similar issues. I'd say that the first one was the most interesting because there was such a long break. It gave guys opportunities to get healthy again, and that's kind of what we always want in the playoffs, is you want every team to be healthy to go and play, so we can see, like, the best players, the best team. You're not saying, I wish we would have had, Kucherov for that playoff series because he was out, or wish we would have had Ekblad. Everybody was given an opportunity to get healthy.
And to your point here, we've got Jacob loves THP and Mark Stone love the THP. We are talking about the cap hit there. They look like, the Tampa Bay Lightning look like they circumvented the cap a little bit with Kucherov being on LTIR. Any thoughts on that? And I understand, that's above all of our pay grades, no doubt. But, anything that you could say on that?
Well, I mean,
because it's weird.
Definitely,
what do you?
interesting.
They're within the rules. Yeah,
it's within the rules. It's weird. I think it's one of those things where if you're for Tampa, then it's like whatever, they played within the rules. If you're against Tampa, it's not fair. I don't know. It's still pretty impressive that they were able to get through the entire season without their best player, and then when he was there, obviously they won. I'd be curious to see how many other teams could do that. I'm sure there's some that could do it, but you'd like to see there be a bit of a better rule in place there, because I think it's a tough one. If, like, I'm trying to think how you could do it. Like, imagine you could just have, you have a McDavid and a Draisaitl just waiting all season long, and then the playoffs come and you add them to the Washington Capitals. Like, it'd be it'd be sweet. Would never happen. But if it was legal, then it's within the rules. I mean, I'm all for if you can find a way to win and it's within the rules, then go ahead and do that. Like that's the way I am playing board games, playing cards. People might not like it, but I'm going to find a way to win. But yeah, I could see people being upset about it, and it's fair as well.
Absolutely. Fair enough. And so, just real quick, Caps did just tie it up. Orlov with a ripper from outside, and we'll just do a quick. Let me refresh this. For some reason, this thing's not. Oh, there it is. All right, sweet. So it refreshed. We've got a 2-2 game. The Caps are back in it. It looks like Orlov. I'm not sure if that got deflected in front, and it looked like possibly a McMichael deflection. I'm not sure. Caps look like they're definitely buzzing.
The app just gave Orlov credit, so unless they update it,
straight in.
He's the goal scorer. It was a very Karl Alzner-esque snipe from the top left point. I believe
floated it in.
There's a GIF out there of you doing that.
Just floating in there.
Yeah. I mean, he just drifted this thing. I mean, it was a rip. Don't get me wrong. Orlov can load him up, but it looked like just a very nice shot that beat the goalie clean. Far side from the left point, from the blue line there. Just got a dish off the face-off set play. And instead of the center floating up, it looked like he kind of stayed low for the screen, for like the secondary screen there, and just a really nice shot. So, hey, Caps are back in it, which kind of leads us to our second. I'm going to take this down, but kind of leads us to my second question is, what's your thoughts on the whole slump, if you will, that the Caps are going through right now?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't think anybody really expected it once they started getting, having Backy come back and all that. You expect them to just kind of turn things up even more. But, it's that classic thing that happens when you get your full lineup back for a bit. Everybody just kind of just takes a breath out and slows down and doesn't quite go as hard as you normally would when you have guys that are out there, with their spot on the line every single time they're playing, and you're getting 110%. Not saying that these guys aren't giving it everything, but there is a bit of a difference sometimes in just that extra fight. So I thought that was interesting. And then having Carly out, who just, at least the last couple games. How many games has he been out for? I guess I haven't really been paying close enough attention. Do you guys know?
It's been a handful.
Yeah.
I think he's out tonight too, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So
having your having your number one defenseman out there who just controls the play, breaks out so many more pucks, under control, keeping possession, that really, really hurts. So if you watch, I was watching a bit of that first period there, it just looked like there was no flow, and that's something that someone who can control the puck like Carly does and make the right play, that can make a big difference. And then, in my opinion, the biggest thing is I was at that game. I was at the Boston game, and I was at the Canucks game, and it didn't seem like there was much atmosphere, much life, not only from the guys, but even in the building. And for me, for the players, you have a guy like TJ Oshie in the lineup, he was there in Boston, and I think he had a pretty darn good game. But the last game against Vancouver, when you don't have him in the room, rah, making everybody happy and laugh and excited, and at the same time relaxed, it's kind of what's happening? Something's different. You just don't have that you would normally have, and you miss it severely. So if no one can really take the reins from what he does, then it's a little bit harder to get the guys as fired up. And to me, it looks like they just need a little bit extra life, a little bit more work away from the puck, at least from from what I've been able to see, and instead of kind of just waiting to get to me, and then I'll eventually get it to somebody, instead of working to get open and help your teammates out a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean that's the get the puck to me is like my entire beer league ethos. I think same with Paulie there.
Yeah,
we're the
one of
stars
us
on this
can
team.
finish.
That's what most
shot.
beer league players thing is. Everyone just wants someone to pass them the puck, right, in speed, so I don't have to stop.
Yeah. String me a dime from your own zone so that I can get sprung. And so you mentioned, dude, you're playing adult league in Virginia or what?
Yes, I am. I'm on a team. We're called the Swayzes. It's been shortened from the Hattrick Swayzes, and we play in. I don't really know exactly what. I didn't know that there's a bunch of different levels. A, what is it? Double A and A, and I have no idea. But
you're out of our realm, there, bud. You're way out of our realm at this point. But
it's been pretty fun. I think I've played six games. We lost one. There's one team that's really, really good. It hasn't lost a game all year. They got a lot of good players that can move, and a pretty good goalie. And you need a good goalie in beer league.
Oh, yeah.
You really do.
And there's this ring.
No hitting. Yeah, I got this Ring app, and someone rang my doorbell. What time is it? Like 8 o'clock? Come on, who's ringing that app?
8:30. I don't know.
What are people doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you. Yeah. But Capston's here. We're gonna have the. It's a 2-2 game. It's actually a good little break here. Caps seem to be turning it on right now. Paul, have you been watching a little bit? I know we had Karl on, so it's been a big distraction there, but
I've been
it
watching
looks
as
like
much
the Caps have really turned it on.
Yeah, they really seem like they've gotten it together now, and they've completely forgotten whatever they were thinking at the beginning of the game. They're playing the way they should have at the start, and I think if they keep playing like this, it'd be pretty hard to lose.
Yeah, no doubt. So just a quick updates. 2-2. Caps are pouring it on a little bit. They're fighting back. A rough start to the second period. I mean, it looked a little different, but at the same time, I think that they've definitely counterpunched a good bit. It looks like, as our stats have shown, we got Karl back here. So was it a serial killer or what?
No, I put an ad out on Facebook Marketplace for some stuff that we had from the build, and I just said it was free, and someone decided to come and pick it up. So they were ringing our doorbell.
That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but I can't remember. Oh yeah, I don't remember where I got disconnected there. But anyways, we've lost to that one team that's the best in the league, and other than that, our team's been pretty solid. So it's been a lot of fun. I try to make sure I'm one of the late night guys, the late night crew that stays till the very end, and I think they respect that. I hope they do.
Nice. So wait, you got guys that like come play like 1 or 2 periods and then leave, or you mean like when beers
just
are
after?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
After
yeah.
we've had all 10 o'clock or 10:50 start games, and so like I'm dragging ass on Monday mornings because I'm trying to stay there until the bitter end. And but yeah, it's been fun. Like good crew of guys, and that's kind of all I was looking for in this, and then just getting to skate a little bit. So it's been fun. I want to have a good plus minus. That's all I care about while I'm out there.
There you go, man.
I mean, look like?
And yeah, let's see the stat line. What's the stat line?
Well, so at the first game that I played, I didn't shoot the puck once. That was my rules. I wasn't going to shoot it. I didn't really know exactly what to expect. And then one of the guys on my team just happens to know Alan May, and he told Alan, he says, "Yeah, Karl's playing with us, but he's not shooting, he's not scoring." and Alan got in touch with me the next day. He says the key with beer league is you just got to score once every game, just one time, and then guys will get off you. And I was like, all right. So I've scored I've scored at least once every game since then. I'm starting to shoot a little bit more, just depending. Like if it's a late game, I want to get us to running time as fast as possible. Get to running time, and then after that, we can just kind of mess around and play. But I'm more of a passer. I like to just pass and try and set guys up. Try like we said, try and hit them with speed so that they don't have to stop, and then they can go and do something. And then when necessary, try and jump in the play a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. I wish I was that good to say that I was always going to pass, but I mean, that's my excuse. I'm just passing.
Yes,
we do have some angry viewers here. We're gonna check out the stat line here. Shots on goal look pretty even. The Caps are definitely pouring it on. I think that they're controlling a lot of the pace of play right now. Karl, I know that you can't watch right now because you've got this like big empty house or whatever out in Nova. But yeah, that's how it's going. It looks like we're well on our way to a decent game. But I love that you're playing beer league now, dude.
Me too. I think it's so much fun. I'm trying to spread the word with some of the guys that are coming back here, see if they want to all jump on a team together. Be fun.
What is the I mean, the time commitment obviously is one thing, but like, I mean, what are the chirps like? Are they like, is it all roads lead here, Karl? I'd be in your kitchen, dude. All day.
Not a single guy has said anything. No chirps. There was one guy on the team that was the team that's the best team in the league. I guess he, the time before when they played them, I wasn't there. He scored like 3 or 4 goals, something like that. And he was celebrating, I don't even know. I think it was 8-3, and the guy was still celebrating after all his goals. And he said, "He chirped me. I think at the highest level in the world, something like that, something along those lines." And the guy's like, "What? You play at the highest level in the whole world? Like, no one knows who you are." And it turns out that he, I guess, played in the C division for Team Bulgaria or something like that. Which is fine. I'm not saying it's not good, but you don't go out and say that you played at the highest level in the world. And then I was there the next game when they were playing, and I remember watching him in warm up because they said, yeah, it's that guy with the red helmet. So I remember watching him in warm up, and he comes down the middle, take a shot, and he whipped so hard it went straight to the corner. And I was like, that's kind of funny, but it happens. Came around again, he whiffed it into the corner again. I'm like, what the heck is going on with this guy? It's kind of strange. And so game goes on. I think he scored maybe one goal, but he was a ghost out there. And then there's like 2 or 3 minutes left, and he's coming down one-on-one, and he goes to take like a shot from just inside the blue line. So I just kind of like, legs together, like I'm getting ready to block it. And he whiffs it into the corner again, like so far into the corner. And I remember I just like stopped and turned and looked at him, gave him one of those like puzzled looks, like what just happened? And he skated by after and says, "Don't worry, I wasn't going to hit you there." And I'm like, I'm not worried about you hitting me. I'm wondering why you can't shoot the puck. You've been doing it all day. And he was just like kind of the deer in the headlights and wasn't really expecting me to say something back to him, I guess. And then I went up to one of his players because this guy was just waiting out by the blue line. Was like, I thought I was the biggest floater in this and me. And the guy was like, yeah, we've been trying to talk to him, but he just won't listen to us. Sorry. And so he's just one of those guys. That's what I was expecting when I started playing, is seeing more guys like that. But he's really been realistically the only guy that I've seen that's like that.
That's awesome. I think that Paulie, I mean, I think you've been chirped that harder than that.
Oh yeah. I mean, lots of comments about my weight,
Oh really?
Yeah. Hey, Paulie's a thick man. He's got a lot of loving to give around. All right.
My question is, why is anybody chirping in that? Like, like we're just all out there to have some fun and just get a skate in, get a workout in. I don't understand why people are chirping, unless that's what you're there for, I guess. But it's just weird.
I mean, half of it's like why I'm there. I'll be honest. I like to chirp. I do.
Just to chirp, guys.
I do. I just like to mess with people. Like, like mostly innocent stuff. But there are guys that like come to our bench and are like, we're gonna mix it up, and I'm like, no, we're not. And even if we did, it wouldn't be good for you, dude. Like, come on, like, what are we doing here? And I think that there's this fantasy that a lot of beer leaguers have where they play NHL in their head, and it's like, dude, hockey is not really like that at all. So I don't know. But I do like to chirp. I like to talk some shit. I mean, it's fun. It's to a point. You can't. I've long ago abandoned the saying anything about personal effects in that sense. Like, let's chirp your game. Like, stay out here, man. Come on, you're doing good. You're doing great. Guy just biffs a pass or something. Hey, that's icing, but like things like that. Things like that are I feel like are okay. I don't know, Paulie. You're probably a better outside looking in. I'm very biased, so you can fill in the gaps for me. But I'm just gonna walk out of you real quick, and you guys can talk. I'll be right back.
I don't know if Troll wants me to tell the truth about what he does at Beer League.
I need to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, well, he has calmed down a lot. I'll tell you that. Back when we were in college, he was always in the center of everything. But I'll give him credit. Usually, it's like he said, someone gets a little too frisky, and it's like, come on, buddy, like we're just playing Beer League. Sets him off, and he says some interesting things. I mean, I think I'd like to. I think it'd be cool if you brought some of your NHL talent to it and just ruin somebody's night with your chirp.
No, I mean, I don't think that chirping is, at least for me, it's not the best way to go about it. For the way that what I would do is I would ruin somebody's night by not letting them touch the puck or play. Like I would stick on them so tight that anytime a puck came near them, I'd poke it away, and I would make their night miserable, which is what I tried to do my entire career playing. So I think that's the best way for me to get back at somebody. If I same thing now, like if I know one team has a really, really good player who they kind of rely on heavily, I'll just stay as tight to them as possible. Like I've been talking to my D-men on the team about just how to like tighter gaps and how to angle guys a little bit better. There's one guy, he's a quick study, and I was telling him anytime a team is breaking out against us, because like gaps aren't really much of a thing out there. I always tell them if one of the guys is on their team is breaking out of the zone and you're skating forward and I'm back there, just keep going at him, just angle him all the way across and I'll back out of there and you'll be able to squash the play. So now every single time when there's an opportunity, you just see him flying across, and he kills so many plays at the red line now where guys just have to give it up or they stop. And I'm like, that's exactly it right there. You start killing it and you have to do so much less work. And so we've been working on a little bit of gap control, which has been kind of fun just to see, I guess making the guys a little bit more aware of how to kill a play sooner, and then don't just let guys have an opportunity to come down on you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the most frustrating things as a defenseman is when the forwards don't help out and the other team has like half of the ice to get a head start on you.
Yes,
and that's one of the areas where I will chirp hard. I will be relentless to my own bench on the forwards. Like, you guys are just, you're fucking dog out there. Yeah, you're not even anywhere in the play. Like, what are you guys doing? I mean, I feel like that's kind of the job of a defenseman. But I will interject. Sorry, everybody who is viewing. I know that you wanted to talk or wanted to see the score because that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna throw that up and it's there. And let me know if I'm not refreshing enough, if it's not going well. But the Caps are tied 2-2, and they are pouring it on right now. I think that we got a good chance to win this game based on just gameplay alone. I think that most of the scoring opportunities lately have come from the Capitals side of the ice, and I think that I think we're looking good. Definitely a turnaround from the first period. A lot of hockey to play, though, right, Carl and Paul?
Yeah, a lot. Yes, big time. Yeah. That first period was a little suspect from what I saw.
Yeah, dude. So again, Karl Alzner, man, thanks a lot for coming on. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're staying, so welcome to stay as long as you want, dude.
I gotta go pump some iron here. I gotta start getting back into shape.
Back into shape. So what's on the horizon?
Just
for you.
Just trying to be healthy, man. just trying to I don't know, I guess move around a little bit more. I got a club trip with the new company coming up in Cancun in 2 months, and so I don't want to go there and everyone be like, this guy played professional hockey, and see how out of shape I look. So I'm like, I got to get back in the gym here. I finally got it set up at the house. So I'm like, I've just been trying to get into a routine, and the only chance I usually get to work out now is in the evening. So I just try and, just do that and hang out with the kids as much as I can during the day. So that's about it.
Working for the beach photos.
Awesome.
That's
I can't wait.
Yes.
What's your Instagram handle?
Who, mine?
Yeah. Give everybody the Insta.
Oh,
yeah, give everybody the Instagram.
I think it's just I think it may be K Alzner 27. I can't. I don't even know. I think it's K Alzner 27. That'd be my guess. Maybe I should do some updates. I'll do so. What I want to do, I got to do an updated body fat, and just maybe I can do like a weekly or every 2 week body fat and see how we're doing. Keeps me accountable that way. Then I told this guy that I was going to hire to do a little program for me. He said, "What do you want to get out of this?" And I said, "Man, it sounds kind of stupid, but I just want to look good now." I'm like, I don't really need to perform, so let's find a way to get me to look good, so I can instead of training explosive lower body like I normally would, let's do a little explosive pec workout here and just see how we can look from top up.
Amen. The arms look good, dude. I will say, you noticed our hair. I definitely noticed the arms are looking a little pipier. If you
will. I did my first ever curls yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Paulie, did you see that? You noticed it.
I did. Well, honestly, I was really I really noticed the tattoo. That's not new, is it? Maybe it's just the first time I've seen it.
Oh yeah, probably the first time you see it. No, this was my first tattoo I ever got. I went with half sleeve right away. I thought it was going to be the only one that I ever get, so I just went with the half sleeve, and then I decided to get another one. So I got my whole chest done too. It's the Rocky Mountains, and it was I got that done probably 2 years after I got my arm, 2 or 3 years after I got my arm done, and I still want more, but it's I don't want to sit in the chair for that long. I'm one of those people that just likes to move, and so sitting in a chair, sitting still that long is just not really fun. And I feel bad like plugging into, music or podcasts or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. If at some point I may, but we have someone in the family who's learning to tattoo, so maybe I'll be a guinea pig for that.
Yeah, you'll get a free one for sure. Because I know a lot of apprentice tattooers who are actually super skilled will definitely be like, all right, look, I can only charge because I'm not fully, amazing, but they know how to do it, and they can still do it for really cheap. But Paulie, show them yours. Come on, man. Come on. All right. I know Paulie's super proud of this. He went full sleeve too. How
do I zoom in? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. I have to preface this with Paulie's tattoo. Now, it looks way more badass than what I'm going to say what it is. All right. It is a leprechaun riding a unicorn, wielding Excalibur. All right. But This tattoo looks sick as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good tat, and Paulie's about his Irish heritage, so he wanted to go that route, and not only Irish, but what else, Paulie? I'll let you explain the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, the unicorn is for Scottish, and that's actually to this day still their national animal, even though it's not real. And then Excalibur for my British heritage. So basically, all of my British Isles heritage just tossed into one tattoo.
Do you think that there was a whole lot of scotch consumed the night when everyone decided the unicorn would be the animal of Scotland?
That's probably the night they discovered it.
Yes. Oh, look at that thing! That's for us. That's a hell of a way to do it, honestly.
No doubt.
You've got to love the Scots. Gotta love them.
All right, before you go, the very, very last thing. I just need you. Listen, man, we've been, you know us. We love the defensive fourth line play of Karl Hagelin, but you saw the unfortunate play that he had, and he's been snake bitten like none other this whole season when it comes down to scoring goals with his opportunities that are perceived as like great opportunities. Can you put some respect on Karl Hagelin's name right now? I love Hags.
Yeah.
Calm the fears.
I'm with you. I mean, he's, so every game, it's hard. I mean, I don't know now over the last year and a half or so, but every game when you see the list of players, for the other team, he was, even though he wasn't always on the first line or whatever, he was a name that you'd always look and be like, what happened? What happened?
Karl Hagelin just came out of the box, got a breakaway, and got stuffed.
No way.
Yeah, as we're talking about it, Karl Hagelin on a breakaway got stuffed. And I mean, this guy is so snake, and it was not a bad shot. I mean, this is a shot that every player would take. He was right side, went mid-level blocker on the goalie. And it was a well-paced, hard shot. And I swear, Hellebuck just got it off the cuff of the blocker.
If I were him, I'd change my curve. Try something different. You might surprise yourself with where the puck goes. There's lots of guys that mess around with their curves. I mean, that would just be something to try out. Just you never know, it could change your luck. But anyways, he's a guy that you would always look at the list before the game and be like, okay, crap, like Hagelin's out there. Got to be careful. My gaps have to be, probably a little bit looser, because if I'm too tight, he's probably going to beat me, in a race for the puck. I'm sure he's lost maybe a little bit of a step over the years, but he's still spoken fast out there. So he adds value without a doubt. But even fourth line players now are point getters. It seems like, guys that can play on the second line if they want to. Even Hathaway was out on the first line there today. I don't know if he still is, but these are guys that you would like to have chip in. I wanted so bad for Schultz to just give him a backdoor tappy there at the end of the first period. He was sitting back post, and when Schultz came in and I think he went low block or whatever it was too, that would have been great. But yeah. I don't know, maybe throw him on the power play for a little bit. Throw him in the slot, let him have a couple shots at the net, and you get one or two and some confidence builds there. It's but at the same time, I'm not sure how worried they are about Karl Hagelin scoring a bunch, as long as he's doing what they want him to do. And it's not that big of a deal. But you guys can lay off him. It's hard to score in the NHL. Even if you have a breakaway, it's hard to score.
Exactly. Thank you. That's all we wanted, man. But listen, dude. We'll let you get to the workout. You're a better and stronger man than both me and Paulie, because we will definitely not be hitting the gym after this game. I'll probably be like passing out in the bed for sure from all of the Guinness that I've had. But again, man, we're gonna have to collab again. It's always such a pleasure like talking to you and about everything that there is with hockey, and now that you're in the DMV, repping the DMV again. Hopefully people see you out and maybe not be too over aggressive, but glad you're back in the USA, I guess.
Yeah, no, thanks guys. I'll be around a lot more. Hopefully hopefully get to a few more games and do a few more things with the team here once. I guess once we find some time to, definitely in the summer when a lot of guys are gone, try and help out around town a little bit more. So yeah, it's good to be back, and thanks for having me, guys. It's fun catching
Absolutely. Up. All right, dude.
Thanks.
You take care, man. It's again, good luck with everything that you're doing.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. See ya.
See you.
All right, see ya. Holy smokes, dude. Paulie, did you ever think that when we started this shit that we would just like ad hoc have Karl Alzner on our live stream at one point? No, I had no idea. Caps fans, if we are sorry that we didn't show the score throughout the whole time, but we thought that probably talking to Karl was definitely better. One of the most stand-up guys that we've ever interacted with, as far as current ex players that we've had, so generous with his time, totally into, and now that he's in the DMV, he's definitely going to be doing some more humanitarian stuff, I would say, for sure. And on top of that, just like really good guy to catch up with. Caps are now tied 2-2 off an Orlov goal early in. I think that they've poured it on through the second period. Paulie, have you been watching? What do you think?
Well, to be honest with you, I actually had to stop watching the game because with it screwed up my internet having 3 feeds on the same conversation.
Okay, fair enough.
I tried to switch to my phone as a hotspot and things aren't working. So I've got the game trying again. So I mean, looks good though. Stats look good. Score is still tied. So definitely better than we were.
Yeah, Caps have taken the lead in shots on goal. Penalties are even. Penalty minutes are even. Looks like our save percentage has stabilized a little bit. Saves as well. Looks like the Jets are blocking a little bit more shots, but I think that's because the Caps are taking a little bit from the outside a little bit more. They still have a higher shooting percentage, but of course we had a rough start. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be back in a second. All right, Caps fans, we are back. Second period, way better for the Washington Capitals. I think that is apparent. Potted one goal. Is that right, Paulie? Am I just drunk?
I'm pulling it up right now.
I think that the OV shot really pushed me to the next level here.
Yeah, OV scored in the first period.
That's right.
In the last couple minutes, and then Orlov he scored quickly in the second. While we got the break, let's just do a quick rundown around the league.
Sure.
Starting in the start of the third period, the Islanders and Flyers are tied 2-2. The second period, Hurricanes have a 5-1 lead over Boston. I'm just going to check real quick to see who's in net, and it is Tuukka. So they pulled him. So it's not a good reunion for Tuukka tonight. The bottom of the basement, Sabres and Senators are tied 1-1 at the end of the second. The Canucks and Predators are scoreless after one. And the Canadiens and Stars just kicked off only 5 minutes in, and that is still scoreless. So there were 3 games that should have been played tonight that were postponed. But when the Caps game is over, there will be still hockey for everybody to watch if you haven't had enough.
Absolutely. So, you know, good good action around the league. A tough start for Tuukka Rask, who if you follow Boston bullshit masshole sports at any time, you know how brutal, to say the least, um, massholes are for Tuukka Rask. Totally unwarranted, but let's hope that this isn't fuel to the fire. Tuukka's had not a lot of time to get going, and we'll see how it works out in the meantime. Josh Deming says we're almost at 250 subs. If you would please subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network here on YouTube, that would be so awesome for us. And of course, if you wanted to check us out on the hockeypodcastnetwork.com, we are the official Caps Shirt podcast. It's me, the Hockey Troll, and I am here with that snack, Polly Cupcakes.
Yeah, that's me. The Hockey Podcast Network YouTube has watch-alongs almost every night. And that's how we prepared today, was watching old ones. So even once they're live, as typically videos are after live, they're there for future use. So subscribe here and you'll get a lot of good hockey content.
Absolutely. And, I want to be honest, I've just been trying to fix this. I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to wear it like a toga.
Here we got a comment there from Andrew Beauchenet. Am I close, Andrew? I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but tell us about ourselves.
Beauchene, maybe. Beauchene. Andrew Beauchene.
Beauchene?
So you want to hear about me and Polly. Okay. Well, Polly, why don't you go first?
All right. Well, I'm a married man with two dogs. Been playing hockey since I was 5 years old. I actually learned how to skate holding the hand of an ECHL player as a 5-year-old. That was a really cool way to learn how to skate as a kid. Because our hometown team, the Wheeling Nailers, they do Sunday skates after games, and played some college hockey with my co-host here. Probably played for the worst team to ever exist in club hockey, but we still played. And we did beat Marshall University once, which is a D1 school. Maybe not D1 in hockey, but still a D1 school. It feels good. And
Fought a lot.
we just
Punched a lot of guys in the face.
fought a lot.
Fought a lot.
Yeah. And now just rocking beer league and talking hockey on the Hockey Podcast Network.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing: we are 100% hockey fans, to the T. It's our number one sport. We still both play beer league, and we're all clapped out as if we were even, to be considered quality hockey players to begin with. So we stay ingrained in the culture, if you will. And I've been playing hockey since I was 11 or 12 years old. I'm 34 now. Polly, you're a little younger, I know, though you may not look like it.
Yeah, I'm going on 30, looking like 45.
Jesus, I wouldn't give you that much of shade, but yeah. So we're Caps fans. Polly does favor the Colorado Avalanche on occasion, but I would say that Polly, after at this point, you're a quite the Caps fan aficionado, I'd say, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I started the pod with you 2 years ago, I was probably like a 60-40 Avs Caps fan. But then just because I've had to follow the team to talk about it on the podcast, my allegiance has definitely shifted higher to the Capitals. I will say probably, one of the better pro games I've ever been to. It was the Avalanche visiting Capital One Arena. I got to see Nathan McKinnon's first goal as a pro, and it was my first time seeing Ovi in person. He didn't do anything except he had a couple big hits. Um, but yeah, that was kind of like heaven for me getting to see them both. I think now I'd expect to see a lot more offense than I did back then. Now that the Avalanche are good, but definitely more of an or Capitals fan now.
Yeah, and so we are the hosts of the official Caps Chirp podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Uh, Look, this is the coolest and best hockey podcast network that you'd ever listen to, and I don't think that in the world, I really don't think that there's a rival. Every team has a podcast. You should definitely check them out if you're not a Caps fan. If you have a certain, subpar and definitely less cool team that you like to follow that is not the Washington Capitals, you can, I don't know, find that podcast on that website. And we definitely encourage you to, because I have, Paulie, one of the big things about the Hockey Podcast Network is I've never had a bad interview or an unknowledgeable host come on our show or visit their show. Not only are they experts on their team's entire like ethos or whatever you want to call it, they're also like super understanding and relevant about the rest of the league. So,
Yeah,
obviously we're going to be super homers at the official Caps Chirp podcast, but we understand that there's other teams that may be better, but and to be completely honest, like the Pittsburgh Penguins obviously are a blind spot for us. They've definitely paid for every single cup somehow through clandestine measures for their entire like existence. I mean, ever since Lemieux and definitely ever since Crosby, I think that there's been some sort of weird conspiracy theory around that. So, but
well, that
every other team.
that transitions me into a point I thought might be something good to get some comments on while we're still waiting for the game to come back. Hockey Troll, who is your NHL Mount Rushmore? I'll tell you mine first, and then we'll see
Okay.
what people chime in and think.
Okay.
My Mount Rushmore is Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Alexander Ovechkin, and then it's a toss-up between Bobby Orr and Mario Lemieux.
Wow. The shade that you are putting on Mario Lemieux is not only respected, but appreciated by me. Mount Rushmore, dude. So I'm very partial to goalies pre 2005. So I have to say, my Mount Rushmore hockey is Ovechkin front and center. There's no question. Do I feel more divine but when I do this with the tarp on?
Yeah, it's like you're the Pope.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would say Alexander Ovechkin front and center. Oh, Gretzky far second. Third. You know what I'm going to do? I have to do. I'm going to do two goalies. I think that the goaltending position is so underrated when it comes down to the entire ethos of hockey. And I'm going to say Patrick Waugh and Hasek, not Roeder.
Wow. That is I think a lot of people are going to turn their heads at that one. But,
yeah, there's going to be a lot of
I mean, before Hasek went to the Red Wings, he was the best goalie to never win a cup.
Yeah, by far. I mean, to the point, he was a Carey Price.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
But he was 150 times more exciting than Carey Price. Here's the thing about Carey Price. Dude's literally the best goaltender that we've seen in this era, for sure. But he makes it look too easy. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Patrick Waugh had to make these 10 bell saves, and then Hasek was just what Ilya Samsonov thinks he is at times, unfortunately, I feel. So the funny part is here. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to get my my hand from my godly veil. But Mark Stone, the great. Imagine that. Jacob loves THPN and Mark Stone. Mark Stone, the great 99 WA in OV. Okay. Look, I think you're a little, let's calm your tits just a little bit. And, Andrew, he says, I just turned 35. Happy birthday, Andrew. Happy birthday, man. 35. They say 30 is the new 20.
I don't know, man. My hangovers don't feel like I'm 20.
Yeah. What's that make you, Paulie?
It makes me turn in 20. Still look 45.
It happens. Capstans, look, it's a 0-0 game going into the third. Piss poor start to both periods, though, I will say. Not a great start to both periods. Jets came out and had a jump. Vitek Vanacek has kept us in this game. Now, is there a goalie controversy in DC, Paulie? And I know who your man is. If you were to go into the playoffs tomorrow, who's your man in the playoffs? Starter.
Vitek Vanacek.
I hate to agree. No, I love to agree. I hate and love to agree. Samsonov is too inconsistent. He's a big body. He's a good Russian goaltender. He has a lot of upside and potential, and I think that's why the Washington Capitals, who have been experts, absolute experts at cultivating and managing their goaltending. The Washington Capitals do not pay more than $6 million a year for a goalie tangent. As much as it hurt me to say that, or to see that Holtby is going away, the guy that won us a cup, the very first one, right, to win us a cup, very first goalie, legacy goalie, to leave DC, that was tough. But at the same time, pretty decent cap manager by the Washington Capitals. I hate to say it, but it was good business. Now,
it was.
Look at Samsonov, and he's luckily stayed out of COVID protocol and partying with Kuznetsov too much, right?
Yeah.
And then we have Vitek Vanacek, who's been kind of the understudy to it all. If you look back to all the way to Oli Kolzig, who we've had on our podcast, by the way, no big deal.
What?
But if you look back to Oli Kolzig, he says, he had to steal the net. And then from then, everyone had to steal the net. You look at even down to Sebastian Charpentier, who was the golden boy. He got his net stolen by Theodore, who then got his net stolen by Newver at that time. And then Holtby.
Yeah.
We've outlined this. I did a lot of research on this at one point a season ago or two on the Official Capture podcast, on the Hockey Podcast Network. But, you look at this and it's like, who didn't steal the net to win a spot in DC? And that's really what you want. That type of inner competition is so huge for goalies. And while they are the most skilled and important position in hockey, unfortunately, they never get the great, moniker of it.
Yeah, we talked about this last week or this week on the pod about how goalies are like running backs to the NFL. They get used up while they're young and underpaid, and then once they've earned their paycheck, you get rid of them.
Yeah. On top of that, goalies are voodoo.
Yeah.
You don't really know how a goaltender is going to perform. You hope and pray on a upside, and I think that's what the Capitals have done with Ilya Samsonov. But you look at the guys who are truly performing, and that's Vitek Vanacek, even to some extent, Zach Fucale. It's always wise to keep your options open. There are very few bona fide talents in the NHL. Paulie, can you think of any true bona fide talent on on any team. Okay, all right. Andrew Bouchain. Am I pronouncing that right, Andrew? Come on, you're here with us. He says the gray one, 99. Messier. He puts Messier on that, which I cannot hate on, because what would Gretzky be without the secondary center punch of Messier? And Cujo, Curtis Joseph, that is one that I will wholeheartedly disagree with you, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Curtis Joseph, I loved Cujo. I think that Cujo's greatest contribution to hockey was his amazing mask.
Yeah.
And that's where it ends. He's a fucking make-believe. Come on.
Yeah, but when he played for the Red Wings, he held his own pretty well in that Patty Waugh fight.
That's true. And, that's what the whole... But you know what? I put Ole Kolzig against Patty Waugh all day.
Yeah?
All day.
I mean...
Godzilla versus Waugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go with friend of the pod here, huh?
I do, man. I mean, think about it. The rage that Kolzig used to come off, and if he didn't get the start, he would absolutely attack. He would just be like, "This is fucking bullshit," and just like, I mean, how many broken sticks are shattered amongst the Washington Capitals faithful? If you are a Washington Capitals fan, in the comments, please just, if you have a shattered Kolzig stick, there's so many out there, just chime in. I know a personal friend of mine who actually has a shattered Kolzig stick. Happened in the playoffs against the Red Wings when we got our asses kicked. Luckily, things have changed in today's world. So we're 16:30 into the third, a little bit of back and forth. I feel the teams are playing a good defensive game, but man, the Jets have speed. It's crazy to see. This is something that mortifies me a little bit about the Washington Capitals, that they have the speed, but they're not really showing much on the away from the puck, Paulie.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think honestly, the only people showing their speed away from the puck are Hathaway, Dowd, and very much Hagelin. Other than that, it's like you say with Sprong, he gets an extra gear when the puck is on his stick. I mean, Sprong is so fast, and if he could just put some effort into back checking, he would probably take away 3 or 4 opportunities a game.
Yeah, and look, we've ditched players for not doing that. We've ditched them. I mean, think about Jacob Verana. We've showed him the door on the trade side when it came down to it. If you're not going to play defense, it's never going to work in the NHL, much less the Washington Capitals. We really rely on, if you're gonna have holy shit!
Oh, let's go!
My God, is that Brett Leeson?
Wow!
What a pinball play to put the Caps up 3-2, 15:45 into the third. Broken play by number 59, who I believe is Brett Leeson. Who knows anymore? Is that Leeson?
That's Protoss.
Protoss, my bad. Yeah, Leeson's all the way down in the A. Wow. Protoss, fellow Russian, goes down, wraps around. Hellebuck completely out of position. Off former Capital Nate Smith, off Hellebuck and into the net. From behind the goal.
That's the kind of goal that Russians score right there.
That is. Let's go. I do want to shout out though on our previous conversation. Hold on, let me refresh, because I know people are getting a little testy. Okay, just to make sure I see that it was recorded. Here we go. Oh, make it perfect. There it is. Oh, thank God. All right. Andrew Coleman, who's been a long time Washington official Capture podcast listener. Vasilevsky. Now, I don't think that he is petitioning for Vasilevsky to be on the Mount Rushmore of hockey greats, but I would say that Samsonov is supposed to be the next Vasilevsky, as said by Oli Kolzig, he's been out on record said that he believes that Samsonov could be the Vasilevsky, and that may be true. But look at how many years it took Vasilevsky. I mean, Vasilevsky was about to be run out of town in Tampa. You remember that, Paulie?
Yeah, you what? Basically, I mean, because they got into the playoffs deep a couple times. They lost a cup, and then now that they've won those cups, they treat him like he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's crazy, and well, rightfully so. Though he's had an incredible cup back-to-back cup run. I mean, it was back-to-back shutouts in elimination games, allowing no goals, just shutting it the fuck down, being in the absolute zone. I could agree with that. And do I wish Samsonov could be that way? Yes, absolutely. But do I think that Caps fans should meter their expectations to maybe year 5 that happens? Yes, also true. Firmer Productions, thanks for the Flames. Let's go. Ovi scores another goal. It's going to put me over the edge because I'm going to have to take a double shot of vodka. That's just how it's going to be. That's the rules of Hockey Troll, Poly Cupcakes, the official Caps Shirt podcast on the THPN streams live as you see it. And thank you, Andrew Coleman, again. No, Leeson is playing on the 4th line today. Absolutely. I just see a big fridge body, and I think either that's that's Leeson or Protoss. So it is Protoss. Hands team Protoss. Love to see it. Fortunate bounce for the Washington Capitals. They are now up 3-2 against Winnipeg at home. After Winnipeg has gotten a very hot start, 2 goals in the first, under 5 minutes, I believe, under 10 minutes for sure. First half of the first period, the Jets come out, hop on, just basically jump the ship on the Washington Capitals, get right in their kitchen, score 2 right off the bat, and put the Caps reeling. Caps get out of the first period unscathed, claw their way back at the end of the first with an amazing Ovechkin goal. And then move to the second period where they have played a solid game. I don't think there was any scoring in the second. And then now we're in the third. Caps go up on a Protoss goal, which is a bit fluky, but a fortunate bounce at that. Love to see it. Hey, you work for your luck, right, Paulie?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be good to be lucky. You don't get luck just because it happens. You got to put yourself in that position. So the Caps did score in the second. That was the Orlov goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bad. All right. See,
yeah.
I think I've been drinking too much. And also we did have Karl Alzner on here. Faggio, yeah. Karl Alzner was here for a good long time. Very gracious with his time. Basically spent the first intermission and most of the second period with us. So sorry that our in-game coverage was terrible. Obviously, my in-game coverage is, as Paulie has just pointed out, dog shit anyways. I'm literally just talking shit at this point. So that's how it goes. Andrew, you got to tell us the pronunciation of your name in trash English. He says he's upset that we skipped his other comments. He also thinks that Halak is here and Price. Okay, now you're losing favor amongst me with the Halak comment. What are you doing right now? Ultimate favorites is goalie, Taylor and Wah. Okay, fine. Oh my God. Oh, looking at the game. Oof. Okay. Decent sequence by the Caps. I think he's trolling. I think he's taken a little bit of the hockey troll moniker onto himself. So
yeah.
But yes, we did have Faggio. We did have Karl Alzner on here. Super gracious with his time. True pro. Really good guy. Plays golf. Love to hear it.
Plays beer league.
look at this guy. He goes, my name's Andrew Beauchesne. That's what I'm calling it. Beauchesne. It's not Beauchesne. It's a little too literal. Sound off comments what you think Andrew's last name sounds like in idioms. Is that what you call it? What? I don't even know.
Well, you sound it out. That's spell it out. Yeah, I don't remember what the word is.
Right.
Phonetically.
Phonetics. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I want to know. Now my whole thing is, so what is the pronunciation, Andrew? Andrew Beauchesne or Beauchesne? Beauchesne. I think it's Beauchesne, and in the American South, you would be called a Beauchesne. You'd be the French gentleman from Beauchesne, New Orleans. Let's see if he responds back. But yeah. Anyways, again, thanks to Karl Alzner. All's Caps with Steve Wino is his new podcast. Definitely check him out. Obviously, incredible insight. Decade in the NHL. Iron Man for the Washington Capitals. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he was there through the Young Gun days. He was the D partner with John Carlson. A lot of good times with Karl Alzner, where rocking the red, and I'm glad to see that he's back and getting involved with the Caps.
Absolutely, and he's expressed to us, that that they really wanted to come back to DC from Vancouver to get involved in the community. So he says, okay, Andrew, you said it's a French name. We understand that, dude. Like, give us the phonetics here. Oops, sorry. A lot of bottles crashing. Give us the phonetics. Is it Beauchesne? Beauchesne. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get my empties out of the way. What's behind us? Fazio. Fazio is asking, what is behind you? Remember the Samsung Galaxy S3? That's, I don't know. Maybe I should watch games like this from now on. Give me the super inside look. Oh, shit. I cannot see a goddamn thing in these, and it is making the light very bright. This is like the sun. Okay, so that's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen again. But I initially had Tom Wilson, St. Thomas, right here.
Hockey Troll Original.
Yep. What are we drinking? It's a great question, Coleman. Had the Guinness, Golden, Open Gate Guinness Brewery, Baltimore Blonde. Not bad. It's not bad. Is it a daily drinker? Yeah, you could. But it wasn't bad to try. I'm on a Miller Lite now. You always open up with the stuff that tastes good. And then you crack into the piss water. Not to say that Miller Lite's total piss water, but
And vodka when Ovi scores.
Yeah, and so the whole drinking game, when it comes down to the Washington Capitals scoring, if Ovi scores, Hockey Troll takes a double shot of vodka in a shot glass that is this size. Bigger than my tiny hands. Which one is Karl? Okay, Karl Alzner was on the stream earlier. We are not professional hockey players, nor do we look like it. Karl does look like one. And he was on earlier. Super cool guy. Thanks for your time, Karl. Check out the All's Caps podcast with him and Steve Wino. Capitals banging on the door. Daniel Sprong has been buzzing around the net all game, dude. What do you think about that, Paulie? And I'm just gonna put my headphones down so I can like readjust my I don't know, blanket. Is that what you call it? My veil.
Yeah, your veil. Yeah, I mean, Sprong's been creating. Really need to see him bury here. He's much more valuable. I mean, obviously he's more valuable to the team when he scores because he's scoring, but I think his play is definitely impacted confidence wise on whether he is or isn't scoring. And I mean, with his speed and his shot, the Caps need him to score on a regular basis. And the way he's playing tonight, it just kind of feels like one's gonna fall for him. And VTech, a mad scramble in front of the net, Caps somehow get it out, and well, now the Jets are back.
Yeah, it seems like there's a little bit of resurgence here in the last 10 minutes. I think the Jets are starting to feel it. Capitals have played what would seem like a good road game. Unfortunately, they're at home and went down 2-0 early in the first, but have clawed their way back to a 3-0 lead off a very fortunate bounce off Prodos's I don't even know, was it a feed? It definitely wasn't a shot on net. It was just straight up luck. If he imagined that play would bank off somebody's foot and in, okay, maybe he's just an absolute fucking wizard.
Well, no, I imagine he thought he could get it there without needing the bank. He probably thought he could tuck it in, and he missed, and he just ended up getting that puck luck there. And like we said, the puck luck was a result of his hard work. You got to be lucky to be good. So it may not have gone the way he planned, but he got the result he was looking for.
Yeah, no doubt. Code Red 70. Yeah, we're a Caps podcast, the official Caps shirt podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. So yeah, we're Caps fans, not the Jets fans. Andrew, dude, we're just messing with you. I think that my name is Hockey Troll. We're not blaming you for being a troll. You've been awesome, dude. Stick around, dude. All good stuff. Yeah, all good, dude. Don't be pissed. We're just here to watch hockey, man. No. We were just wondering how to pronounce your last name because it's super unique. No hate against the French here, that's for sure. It's funny, dude. And we've got some ties to New Orleans, and we talk about Bayou Benders, who's in Louisiana. And it's super interesting. I know Paulie is going to love this. We're really going to nerd out here. So if you don't like that, just tune out. On history about how the river systems through what is now the United States took people from Canada all the way down to Louisiana. Super cool. And how the French culture has really kind of run a main vein down there to Louisiana. And I know that I understand like Cajun and Creole is not the exact same, but definitely French influence without any doubt. All right, back to hockey. I'm just making myself hungry there because I'm thinking about food, but and how good all of that food is, French and Cajun and Creole. Caps really pressing the door here. Though I think it looks like right now that Winnipeg is trying to make a rush. I'm sensing a bit of turtling, dude. I think the Caps are turtling. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're asking for disaster when you do that. I mean, if you're having success putting on pressure, then just keep putting on pressure. I mean, you don't have to necessarily take you can let up on the pinches and being a little too aggressive, but if you're winning by shoving it down the other team's throat, I think the worst thing you can do is call that off and play the way you were in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, really, it was a big criticism to turtle too early with underberry trots. Now we're looking at a Laviolette team who does not like to do that. And here we go, pitching it out to Ovechkin into neutral zone. He fails to get it too deep, gets to the half boards. Jets are rewinding, taking icing. This is an opportunity. Ovechkin's going for a change here. I don't blame him. Ovechkin, Hathaway, Kuznetsov. Wow. Imagine that. Wow. Right?
Yeah,
What a weird
I mean,
line. That has been together all game.
yeah. Hathaway started the game with them, and 2-3 years ago, if you would have said that would be a line, people would want to check your mental health.
Yeah. Give you a old slap on the titties there for that. Whoa. Whoa. There was a nice cross crease pass off of that icing that Ovechkin and the top line were not involved in. Backstrom was, though.
Tom Wilson, Backstrom, and Protoss. That's a pretty nice line.
I like it. But there's two passers. They all seem to be playmakers. Interesting stuff. Look, as Caps fans, you can say, "Oh, there's three playmakers on a line," blah, 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 blah. But any of these guys has a wrist shot that makes your slap shot look like a fucking a sprinkle of piss on your fucking jock. To be completely honest.
Yeah, and I think Protoss, I think he'd be more than happy to bury. So, I mean, I think he's a good combination with them. I think once Oshie comes back, he would be dropped off of that line, and they'll put Oshie, Backstrom, and Wilson together. But in the meantime, I like that matchup there, and we've got a Jet on the ground. Looks like maybe a high stick.
Ehlers too. No, he looks like he's laboring on the lower body,
Oh,
favoring
but
that left leg, getting helped off by the trainer.
yeah, when he was on the ground, I thought he was holding his face, but
Yeah,
obviously,
very much under his own will, but maybe a bit of a stinger. Camera's focusing on Orlov. Excuse me. Orlov. Hip check extraordinaire. Hip check extraordinaire.
he is one of the few.
Stays on the bench to bitch. Stays on the bench to bitch. I instantly do not feel bad for him. And after looking at this replay, let's take a look here. Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty cut and dry. Orlov threw the knee, and it looked pretty ugly what happened to Ehlers' leg there.
Okay, fine. Polly, we'll take your take. It's a bit of a rough go at it in the game of hockey for Ehlers.
Yeah, Obi just gets his pocket picked. That is one of the most frustrating things when you've got the puck on your stick. Someone just getting you from the back.
Oh yeah, because that means you can skate fast enough. You pussy. Skate harder.
That or you took too long to get the shot off.
Mm-hmm.
Which Ovi clearly did there. He was looking and winding.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're tapping on Gretzky's door, you'll get that pass.
Oh yeah.
Jets playing it deep, doing a two-man deep kind of forecheck, which is what you would you'd like to see from the Jets at this point. A little sloppy on the breakout. Capitals are definitely going to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've gone a little bit more back into applying pressure than they were when they were turtling a few minutes ago. Maybe they saw that they were losing some ground there, and Laviolette turned them back on. But it's working because they're not getting the chances they were a few minutes ago.
You know, it's tough to tell a team like the Washington Capitals a turtle.
Yeah,
They're not a turtle team. Not to say they're not defensively good, but they're built to churn. That's the big thing.
yeah.
Offense, it looks like the Washington Capitals are going to go to the PK here. The Jets are going to get a late power play here. This is big. Are you fucking kidding me? That's not it? Is it the replay they just showed with Wilson cleaning out Persetti?
Well, that can't be. They called a hook. I would think that that hit was not a hook.
Okay. Sorry, I keep burping in the mic. How's that smell, Paulie?
Smells like bratwurst and rotting flesh.
Good stuff. Andrew, man, Andrew, OV will beat the grade 8, 99 points. Wow. That's a large order, my friend. I hope so. James, thanks for sticking with us. I know you've been here from the beginning. Ehlers needs to keep his head up. Okay. Well, hey, look, I think Orlov did the half measure there. I think Orlov did the half measure there. He went in, he jutted the knee out. It's a somewhat dangerous play, but I consider that hockey. Many people would not. I am very much on the old school side, and Paulie's my juxtapost here. He's the one that's going to be telling me, no, that was a dirty play, you scumbag. And he says that to me 2-3 times a game during beer league. So
Yeah, I do have to remind you of that quite a bit. I mean, I don't look at it as like super dirty scumbag. I just know that that's against the rules. I can accept that that's a penalty according to the way the rules written. I mean, I think
yeah,
it
but
does
what are
open
you
up.
the rule anymore?
Well, that's a good. I mean, that's a big problem with the NHL and hockey in general is that the rules are so ambiguous. Everything is open to interpretation, and I think that is a problem.
Yeah, Big Eat by Big Tom Wilson here from Kyle Connor off of the opening draw on the power play for Winnipeg. Winnipeg's moving around up high. They don't want. Ooh, big biff by number 4 there. It looks like who's number 4? I have no idea who that is. It looks probably Morris. No, I have no idea who these Jets players are.
Yeah, I know like 4 Jets,
Yeah,
and they
Ehlers,
play.
Scheifele, Top. Who is number 4? Interesting that he's getting the PK of the Washington Capitals, though, expands and retracts so quickly thanks to Karl Alzner.
It looks like the
He's
the
got
Jets
on
are.
that Janacek gobbles it up.
It looks like the Jets are running um, a similar power play to the Capitals, with the exception of they're keeping their OV down low for the majority of the time. But um, they see. I mean, they've got the bumper, the sideboards. It seems to be in the same genre of what the Capitals run.
Yeah, and you know what, Caps fans, we're really spoiled. There's never been a better shooter in the NHL than Alexander Ovechkin, and to see him be so high up, it's good to see that the penalty kill has adapted immediately without this. There's really only one bumper screen position for the Winnipeg Jets here. I say we kill this. As long as Vitek can control his rebound, that's a big if.
Yeah, I saw a stat today. Vitek has some of the best rebound control in the NHL.
What? Really?
Yeah, let me find it.
Source. Need to see source here.
I liked a lot of stuff today.
Polly Cupcakes is the mastermind behind Good Clear by the Washington Capitals with 22 seconds left. Looks like the Jets are going to get one more quick rush up ice, and they biffed it in the neutral zone. Carl Hagelin breaking up the play, cleared right back down into the Jets area, the Jet zone. I am going to refresh the screen just in case. Just in case.
Well, here's that VTech stat. Among goaltenders with at least 10 games played, Vitek Vanacek has the lowest rebounds allowed per 60 minutes of play at 5-on-5, 1.77.
Goals or rebounds?
Just the lowest rebounds allowed.
Really?
Yes, and that's from Capitals PR.
That's crazy because you eye test it and it looks like he leaves up juicy ones all over. Maybe it's because he's getting absolutely fucking hammered. I do know the Washington Capitals do not play good defense against when Vitek Vanacek is backstopping them, which is an absolute. I don't know what to say there. Statistically, they don't play a really great game in front of Vitek, which is sad because I know, Paulie, I know you're already like up in arms. I can see your the anger on your face.
Well, and I think VTech gets a lot of the harder starts, and I think that might contribute a good bit. Sammy has gotten some of the harder starts as of late, but I'd say the first half of what has been played so far, VTech was getting the tougher games.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll agree. And on top of that, I think Vitek Vanacek is the more technically sound goalie. And oh my fuck.
Oh,
Jets tie it up. There's a
well,
that's a
yeah, but that was a lack of backdoor coverage there, and he ended up wide open.
It's tough. Was that goalie pulled? Had to be. Right?
Yes, empty net.
Replay. Yeah, it's the empty net goal. Stacking two men in front of the Jets do. They work around the perimeter, get it to the left side, pop it into Vitek's pads. I mean, that's just fucking bad luck. Wow, though. What a play.
Yeah, I mean, if that's on anyone, it's on TVR there and not on the goalie.
I would say. Yeah. It's tough to call out. It's tough to call out a goaltender on this stuff when no, there's still a chance for the Caps. Minute left. It's tough to call out a goaltender when you're man up or where you're PKing or you're on an empty net. You know, I automatically give the goaltender less liability on that.
Yeah, and I mean that was good passing by the Jets. They found an opening. I mean, 6-on-5, it's almost inevitable somebody's going to be open unless you're using your space in an unintelligent way.
Yeah, and here's another thing about the passing. Adam Oates, huge proponent of being able to pass on the ice, and I took that and I was like, okay, how good is passing on the ice? But if you can really understand your angles and be able to pass on the ice, and make you an incredibly better beer league player.
Yeah, I mean it's an easier play to finish. You don't have to knock it down out of the air.
Right. And not only that, I mean, you're on the ice the whole way. It's easy to track. Washington Capitals really putting on the heat. Lars Eller, Tom Wilson, Martin Faviari out on the ice right now. Protoss as well. They went with their big men. I would too.
4 seconds. You put Novi out?
Yeah, right now, maybe. Dowder, Ovi. Backstrom, Kuznetsov. Dowder, Ovi, Kuznetsov. Dowder cheats like hell on the face-off to win it. Nope. Going straight with Backstrom. Okay, I respect that too. Wins it. Ovi with the shot. Gets the shot off. Hellebook saves. We're going to overtime. Free hockey, folks. You are lucky that Hockey Troll, Polly Cupcakes, here with you for an extra frame. All right, let's take a really quick break for the overtime period right now. And then we've got overtime. Sudden death, right, Polly?
Sudden death, sudden victory, whatever you want to call it.
Here we go. All right, we're back at it. Polly, who's going to win? The game winner overtime, who the Caps are perfect this season in an overtime game.
I think the Capitals will probably lose, but if the Capitals are to win in overtime, Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson. I'm saying Evgeny Kuznetsov. Andrew Coleman, free hockey with the boys. Hell yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Again, you can catch us on the Hockey Podcast Network, the official Caps Shirt Podcast. It's me, the Hockey Troll, and I am here with that snack, Polly Cupcakes. 4 overtime. Let's go. 3-on-3. Really quick pace. Capitals retain possession on the opening faceoff. The Jets with a 2-man press, it seems. A little trickery. Kuznetsov's gaining. Oh! 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 It's an overtime win! We won in fucking overtime. Tom Wilson!
Tom Wilson!
Woo! Woo! Right off the opening face-off, baby. Let's go! Yes!
There it is.
Yes! Throw that fucking monkey off your back and into the fucking upper bowl and beyond. Throw it out of the stadium, out of everything. Holy shit. Evgeny Kuznetsov retains control off the opening faceoff from his own zone, wheels it coast to coast, goes right through, circles the net, and just dishes right to Tom Wilson. Here we go. Replay. Woo! Through the legs of Evgeny Kuznetsov, and Jesus, what a fucking finish. What a slap dick finish, but I love you, Tom Wilson. Let's go.
St. Thomas, as predicted by Paul Cupcake.
Off the foot. Wilson biffs it into the pad and then just second efforts it right into the goal. That's a big 2 points, Caps fans. It's a big 2 points.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I mean, that's the first overtime win of the season?
First overtime win of the season. That's like 10 of them.
Yeah, that's been a long time coming.
Did you call that?
Yeah, I said Tom Wilson.
You're a fucking genius, dude.
Well, people should listen to me.
And that's it. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Washington Capitals fans. We just saw a win in overtime, first time this season, a minute in. They just didn't touch the puck once, the Caps come down. Evgeny Kuznetsov, coast to coast, all the way, wraps around the opposing team's net, dishes perfectly for Tom Wilson, who's charging hard. Wilson cups it off his skate right into Hellebuyck's pad. Right pad save. And then, boom, right to his stick and over the pad. I mean, you know what? That's the greasiest grinder goal that you'll see from an elite power forward in this league. I love to see it.
Yeah, man. That's.
Hey, thanks
Andrew,
for tuning in, guys. Say it again. Say it in, Paulie.
Said, thanks for tuning in, Andrew. Good night. Love you, mean it.
Love you, mean it. A minute overtime. That's fucking crazy. You're absolutely right. Tom Wilson here with the post-game interview. Wow. Faggio, you picked 4-3 Jets. You're a fucking idiot. I love you, though. Thanks for tuning in, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody who's tuned in, thanks a lot. This is our Virgin watch along. It's been a good one. Really good. For all the people who wanted us to refresh. And we'll do that for you. Click, click.
Let's take a look at that real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the shot? Scroll up a little bit.
1 second.
Was that 33-31? The Jets
33 to
outshot the
31. Yeah, they outshot them. We, though, obviously had a higher shooting percentage because we're a more skilled team, and I think that's no surprise. Block shots, pretty even throughout. Saves, same way. Vitek Vanacek had an amazing game, it looks like. Caps took too many penalties. I think that's a big takeaway. The Caps took way too many penalties. They shouldn't. They shouldn't need to take those many penalties. No shorthanded goal, power play percentage, 1 for 4. Caps had 2. I would say that a lot of the, especially early on, penalties in which the Jets were awarded were absolute dog shit, especially that initial one right off the draw on Orlov, and then you're not going to call one on Ovi when he was all over the hands. It's bullshit. Penalty kill percentage, obviously 75% here.
Yeah, I think after the second period, the Jets were out hitting the Caps, and they turned that around in the third. And really, even though they turtled for a little bit of time, it seemed like they picked it back up and kept control of the game so they could get it to overtime, even though they did let up that late one. But I think the Caps played a pretty good game other than the first half of the first period.
Yeah, and you see this metric here, the giveaway is not great, but you look at the takeaways and also not great. So, not a great game overall. I just I don't know. It's the game's over. An amazing end. I mean, talk about throwing the monkey off the back and out of the arena. Just get them out, booting them out. Unbelievable thing here that the Washington Capitals have done. The first overtime victory of the season. Amazing job here by the Washington Capitals to gut it out and get that 2 points. It's a big 2 points. It's not a Metropolitan Division thing, but
yeah, man. I mean, we got
the Cap. Should we go through the comments right now?
I don't think we need to get into the chirps among viewers.
Well, Andrew, thanks for the support here. I know that this is the first time that we've done this. I'm glad that you liked us. It was really nerve-wracking for all of us. I had to drink a lot to make sure that the nerves were settled, and accomplish that, to be completely honest. Paulie, how are you feeling after this?
Man, I feel good. We got to see an OV goal, first overtime win. It's a good day, and I'm excited for us to do a watch along again, especially sitting right next to each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. In the future, it won't be this kind of this two pain thing. Hopefully, we'll be getting on the same couch, if you will, and we'll be able to interact live. Me and Polly, who've been watching hockey for a long, long time together, and you'll get to see some like more human interaction here on this YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. It's great content. We hope to really spread the word about hockey and especially the Washington Capitals throughout everything that we do. And it seemed like we had some really good interaction between some people who were literally unable to watch. So I'll do better with refreshing the stats throughout. But did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you.
I said I think it was a success. What do you think?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm sure we can improve, but I don't think we did too bad for the first time.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Washington Capitals fans and other fans alike, hockey fans, thanks for tuning in. THPN fans, please subscribe to the THPN YouTube channel. We're trying to grow our viewership there. There's tons of live interactions that are as good, if not better, than what we saw throughout the week. You're going to get it every week. If you want to keep up with the NHL, this is the absolute place to do it. If you want to check out us, we're the Hockey Troll, Poly Cupcakes, and we are on the official Capture Network, the official Capture podcast on the THPN network, the Hockey Podcast Network, every team, everywhere. And until next time, which I hope there will be a next time. This is a lot of fun. Until next time, Hockey Troll, Poly Cupcakes, the Hockey Podcast Network. Signing off.
Bye.